I don't know if you heard the interview on the Crosby podcast where he's saying he didn't want to go anywhere else. He wanted to come back because he has a point to prove that he is that dude. It wasn't just a flash in the pan. And I like that mentality. I want to see them bring back that commitment to excellence. And we have Adam Butler. So, like, yes, it's a big blow losing Christian Wilkins and not ideal, but it's still a strength of the team.
Sorry,
the
Chris.
defensive line on paper.
What up,
What up, Chris?
Swings all small.
Chris,
Hey, what's up,
another
Chris?
big kid right there. That's another big kid
there
right
you go.
there. I see him and Nate. God damn it.
Hey, I don't know what they, hey,
Making
baby,
these
I don't
young
know
guys big, man.
what they feed these young kids, man. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, man.
It's them in and out double doubles.
Yeah,
for
what it is,
real.
they just make up their own burger.
Put them
over
next
there.
to each other. They look like twins.
How tall are you?
He got his
Chris?
Raider Full Chris burger over there at In and Out, getting them there.
I
Yeah,
like
you
to say that I'm 6 foot. Nah, I'm
Yeah,
like
he's
5'11".
pretty big. I was
6
shocked, like,
foot
oh,
two
shit.
what? 6 foot two what?
He's 6 foot.
Nah, I'm like
No, he's
5'11".
not 6 feet. He about taller than me.
How tall are you, Gravy?
About 5'9", 5'10 ish. About 5'9".
Greg,
Not that
Big
tall.
Greg.
Am I the
Well,
tallest one on the panel?
Me and Grandpa almost the same
You're probably the
height.
heaviest too. Nah, I think Jeff got you.
I'm most definitely the heaviest. I'm bigger than Jeff. All
No, you got way more than Jeff. I know you're about.
right, Jeff.
5'10".
Jeff. What are you tipping the scales?
400, right on the money.
Nah, he got you.
Oh, okay. I'm 310, 312.
Yeah.
Six-
I
6'3",
was about I think it was about April last year. I was about back up to like 500. I've lost 100
Okay.
pounds in the last year.
God damn.
Nice.
Good job,
Nice.
Jeff. And what are you eating right now, bro? What is that you let you put? What is that you put in there? You go 410 right now after that?
Yeah.
I'm eating a drumstick ice cream, so
410 after that?
Need about 5,000 more
probably.
calories.
Oh my god.
It's I know what the defensive front would do to me. If we got a good front, you're gonna kill the offense, and that's what I thought we were doing. And then losing Wilkins, an all-pro player like that, a player like we don't got another guy like that. You know, not even Adam Butler, but I just wish that we didn't have a setback with that because I would have felt way better, more comfortable saying, yes, we're going to fuck some people up with Wilkins in there. And I'm sure it'll happen later. But
It's a concern, yes, but I keep trying to highlight that like losing him is a big blow, but we still on paper have a strong defensive line without him. With the names we have that should be available come the regular season.
Okay.
the big hit with it.
I know. We still got some guys.
What are y'all talking about? DTs?
Yeah.
Well,
The defensive line as a whole.
The defense, yeah.
The interior. I know we're good on the outside.
Oh, okay.
But the interior, we got a four defensive linemen. You know, we run a 4-2-5 mostly all the time. Sometimes we bring in a nickel. We got 5 DBs out there. That's what a nickel is. You got 5 corners, and basically what that is, 4 DBs. It's to stop a pass. So if we don't have that guy, what I'm concerned with is that if we just put a rookie in there, he's not going to know what Christian Wilkins. He's not a Christian Wilkins yet. One guy bothers me. One guy bothers me because I've seen it happen. You got the best defensive of NFL. Look, for instance, look at the Rams. The Rams lose Aaron Donald. You lose the game. One guy could do that, But there's not a lot of guys like Aaron Donald. Christian Wilkins ain't close to Aaron Donald, but if you get a guy like that, can put a lot of pressure on your defense. They don't have that pressure.
But we do have other guys that can at least
get in there. Yes,
you know what I mean? Like I said, it's a tough blow losing Christian Wilkins. But we still have Max Crosby, we still have Malcolm Kuntz, we got Adam Butler as well. We need to put some respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? It's not ideal losing Christian Wilkins, but hopefully one of these other younger cats can step up. I'm looking at Laulu. I'm looking at these 2 drafted guys. If we move Tyree to fill that void, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's up for grabs.
Move Tyree to the bench. Nah.
Well, now
real
he's
quick.
in there.
Think about it. What
The
was our
Tyree,
biggest problem?
look at that roster you got there, Jeff. Tyree is third string, bro.
Is he?
Unacceptable.
He's done so well.
Unacceptable.
He's done so well in the offseason.
What's up,
That
Alex?
he's no, actually he's behind Malcolm Kuntz in the defensive end spot.
Even
real
still,
quick.
that is unacceptable. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
No, good. Real quick, just shout out to the. What the hell just happened? What did it? Oh,
Oh, you gave that to the screen. The screen.
everybody shout out to the chat. Make sure you guys hit everybody that's on this panel here that has a channel. Everybody in here has a channel. Make sure you go and subscribe. Hit that notification. Give the thumbs up on the show today. Whoever's streaming. So make sure you guys spread the love to everybody that's in here. We've got Gravy on the end there, Coach Gravy. We've got Chris for Raiders, myself. You got Afakasi Raider. You've got LV Raider 10. You've got Capitan Rafusho. And then you got Raiders Fu Chris. So make sure you guys show the love and hit all of them up, all right?
Appreciate that. You're
Thank
still
you.
butchering the way you point, Jeff.
Yeah, he always does.
Chris and I do that all the time.
Always
That's
do
kind of
that.
like
But
that's
AR,
a
Point
shtick.
the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm asking you a question. What was our biggest problem we had the past few years with the defensive tackles before we got Alan Burr and all that stuff? What was the biggest
Everything.
problem? We couldn't push up the middle. We had no defense tackle to push up the middle. We had Crosby. Yeah, great. But we couldn't make a push up the middle. That was our biggest problem. Couldn't get no tackles and get in the backfield. Couldn't tackle the running backs. That was our biggest problem on defense. On
Right.
paper, it looks like we do have that now. I mean, the young guys will come in. They got to develop. They got to learn. But at least we got something again. Now we got something we can work with.
Right. But it's to my point what I said before. Like, we've tried to address that via the draft. 9 guys since 2017. None of them amounted to anything. That is unacceptable.
That's what I was saying.
Unacceptable.
None of those guys, we couldn't do anything. Well, our leadership and all the ownership was always like chaos anyway. So hopefully
Well,
this
there is
year,
that too, but at the same time, it's up to them to be able to produce. And despite whatever it may be with the front office or the coaching, like surely one of these guys could have found a way to get it done. None of them did.
I agree. They did. That's why they're not here now.
Exactly. 9 times since 2017, we've drafted an interior guy. None of them. Not one of them. Mohurst was the closest.
As Raider Nation nowadays, we're so into sacks and pressures and all that. What I respect more from a defensive tackle is to take up space, take up people. That's their job, to take up the space at the line of scrimmage. You know, if you get a sack, you push that guy all the way to get a sack and disrupt the quarterback. Yes, that's great. You know, that's a stat for you. But recognize when you watch games, guys that take up space and cause the running back to make a decision to where he has to go outside and then Max can get him, or the quarterback can't move because of their offensive lineman is right in their face. That's what defensive tackles are supposed to do, is take up the space and get as many guys that get a guard and a tackle on you and let Max run free. You know, be disruptive like that. That to me, that's important. To me, that's
Jason. When I drank, I never liked Sam Adams.
Yeah, they want to tackle a defensive interior guy to either blocks, take out 2 yards.
Chris.
Tackle.
You want to take up that guard. You want to take up that guard. You want that tackle to help him. You want a running back on you. You don't want that chip or that, you don't want that tackle getting Max and a running back. You know what I mean? You want to take you got to get Wilkins. You got to get Adam Butler. We got that pressure. They got the numbers game got to get that. We got one guy taking 2 guys to block him, and he's taking up the space and disrupting the vision of the running back. He's doing his job, and then that's what I want to see. I don't. We overhype defensive tackles getting sacks, and Rock will say Jeremy Tillery, he was like that. I mean, he was a sack guy. He wasn't a clogger up in the middle or anything like that.
But he wasn't a guy we drafted. He wasn't a guy we drafted. Sorry, Rafa, I just want to point this out. In terms of the like I highlighted before, 9 guys since 2017. I've got the stat for all of those guys for QB pressures and tackles for a loss. 31 QB pressures and 20 tackles for a loss since 2017. spread out between 9 of them.
Fuck.
And
That
Terry's
is
one of those.
unacceptable. No. I'm
No,
talking about guys we drafted specifically.
Drafted, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Probably
Unacceptable.
more guys we inherited. There's more guys we inherited that didn't do
Unacceptable.
shit either. AR.
Right, that too. But I'm talking like the track record with guys we've drafted, which is why I'm skeptical and optimistic about the 2 guys we brought in the door. I just want one of these guys to even, come out and be a rotational guy. Like, can you at least be a good rotational guy? Because we haven't even had that with these guys we bring in the door via the draft.
Watch out. We got Tyree Wilson. His foot's fully healed now this year. Watch it.
I'm sorry, Ralph. You want to say something?
Sorry, Ralph.
No, because are you guys talking about defensive tackle and then you start talking about cornerbacks, right?
No, we're talking about defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle. Because I gotta tell you for this one. Because if you guys remember what happened last year when we have the number 27 in tackling, which is like the worst of that year, but it actually is gonna be improved that season. But seriously, I mean, the whole defense was going to be loaded with practice squad, with role players that have no business playing significant time. Who know that we have like a bad roster, might some issues with some fundamentals, but it should be like really right. Because first things first, between for the Shima, Pete Carroll, those for training camp on defense, what is going on with he always wants so bad to tackle, so they don't want to miss to get trophy because their emphasis to get in the bad bulk, not really the offense, because not that really hard with getting the hit, because it's just like a byproduct. Because if you know there, we're gonna be hit to wrapping it up properly, you can really lay down the play. Because if it is without worry, because you can either bounce it off of the head, off of the arms, but some of the habit of teaching for technique for the tackling he wants for those players. If we want to improve the tackling, which is we have the worst for the last season, it should be improved since the beginning of that week.
Silence. After basic silence. Ralphie with the haymaker.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Well, he's right about that, though. The talent has to improve at the line.
Yeah, I
I
want
lost
to
my
see
train
more
of
from
thought.
that
I
last
like
week,
you said.
bro.
Basically, defensive tackle line need to eat up blocks. Either, like you said, get a guard, take a guard and tackle out the equation. So Max Crosby or Kuntz or whoever's available can run, get the quarterbacks or tackle the running back in the backfield. That's what they should do. We didn't have that. We didn't had that for a while.
Hey, Adam Butler, put some respect on his name.
I'm not talking about like
yeah.
I said before earlier. I said before
Adam Butler. Adam
Before
Butler.
Adam Butler,
Adam Butler's an athletic guy, so he can do that. He could take up space, stop the run, and pass rush from the inside. If they don't overprotect him on that side, but if he's a problem like that, it's a good thing. You know what I mean? We can't sit there and say Adam Butler ain't doing shit. Guys blocking him. You know, that's good in my book. He's taking. That means there's one guy on Christian Wilkins and there's a running back on. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and put a running back to chip fucking Max Crosby and see what happens to that running back.
Yeah,
Sack,
but gravy.
If
But
Adam
here's
Butler
the
get
thing.
5 sacks, if Adam Butler get 5 sacks this season, I'll be happy with that. I don't, I had 18, 15 sacks. Like I said, his job is to eat the blocks, get put pressure on the quarterback up the middle, and stop the running game. Come the middle. If he gets
Like
5
I
sacks, I'm happy. That's not his job.
They're closer to
Like
the
like I
quarterback.
said,
Go ahead. Aaron.
like I said, give me one defensive tackle that's been better and more productive than Adam Butler since the days of Tommy Kelly and Richard Seymour, and they haven't been on our roster since 2013.
No,
Give me one.
No, not gonna do it.
Justin Ellis was good for a minute, but he wasn't as
Did
good
you
as
say you're
Adam
not
Butler.
going to do it or you
No,
can't?
because there's no name you can put out there that says that's why I think Adam Butler got signed 3 years. The man's 31
You know
years
what?
old. He's got a
I
3-year
go back in the
contract.
days of big old Jerry Ball, bro. They go.
I know
after the
Jerry Ball, Chester McLaughlin, Daryl Ross, but like we're so I'm talking about since Tommy Kelly and Richard Seymour. That's in itself is 13 years. You know what I'm saying? And in my personal opinion, and I just asked you guys a question, nobody gave me an answer, and that's to my point. Like Adam Butler has been the most productive and the best interior guy since then, and that's how long it's been.
And that's why I'm saying that this Christian Wilkins thing is gonna be a problem for us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm really worried about like the situation because how in the hell get Preston Wilkins after what happened for the injury? I mean, it really worries me a lot because if we need something to improve about for like the tackling, I mean, that should be like really interesting. But before Pete Carroll gets into involved for the Las Vegas Raiders, if you guys remember that Pete Carroll defense when he was on Seattle Seahawks over the last few years of the tenure, they have the worst defense on the league. Maybe it could help like in a year or two. They're helping him right his mind. But of course, his ability to field disciplined teams was a problem for years. But of course, I mean, they takes a lot of the count to the lack of a run game, half of the defense, and possibly they're gonna be actively tanking for most of that season. Because if we need to do something. Oh, sorry about for my microphone. If we need to something to improve, let's get and do it. Because I understand that last season we just suck in tackling. So there might be like something to issue and we need to improve a lot. So I'm very glad that we have the youngest cornerbacks ever in that league. But we had to resolve like whatever it takes sooner or later because they have to do something to improve. Because if we need 100% healthy about for this team, let's go for it.
Rafa, can I ask you a question? I want you to speak from the heart. I don't want you to move to Google for this answer. I want you to speak from the heart. Since we're talking about defensive tackle specifically, and we're talking about the worries about Christian Wilkins being unavailable,
yeah.
Of the other guys not named Adam Butler, who would you be the most confident in, or if any of them, of any of the other players we have to be able to step up and take that role as the other interior guy who can be that disruptive force?
Oh, most for the guys for it in this roster.
Yes.
Like in the actual roster.
I want you to speak from the heart.
I mean, that's very interesting, but I just like to really worry about like Christian Wilkins going to the position, but don't sleep on Adam Butler. I mean, I know he's really understands whether it comes to like play for the game. But Tyree Wilson, I don't think is gonna be like handle the situation. To be honest, right now.
That's not my question, Rafa. I said, I listen to me carefully, Rafa.
Uh-huh.
I said I asked you with the issue with Christian Wilkins being hurt,
Yeah.
and if he's not available, come week 1 or for however many weeks he is out for, who is the guy on the defensive tackle? I want you to look at the camera, speak from the heart.
Yep.
Who is the guy you can depend on or who you have the most confidence in that can take up that spot and be at least a competent interior force? Not named Adam Butler, somebody else.
Tonka Hemingway. Probably is going to happen. No. I just speak from a heart. Tonka Hemingway from South Carolina. But I think he's going to be
a local boy. That's how he knows him. He's a local boy. That's what.
Yeah.
But look, Rafa, I think you read wrong because the Pete Carroll's defense is that he had the best secondary he had the best defensive backfield for a long time. And he had Michael Bennett, pass rush. He might not have the inside guys. His pass rush was dominant to where he won the Super Bowl and he was in another. So he can't say they were dead. I don't know. I think you read it wrong or you're misinformed, but he had very, very, very good defenses for a long time, basically because of his secondary. And if you have a dominant secondary like that could tackle, that could put pressure on the quarterback on blitzes, and the way he did things playing zone, that it was. We got guys like that are probably that whole secondary is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Then that's special. For years he had that. So
also great. You also had some good linebackers.
I don't know what you read or what they're downplaying when Pete Carroll was even Gus Bradley made that defense, right? And when we got Gus Bradley, we tried to transition to that defense. He got a couple of his guys, and we started to play like that, but we got rid of them with a different regime. And then,
Phylon Tillery.
Those guys, but we didn't have the secondary like he had. Those guys.
Yeah, you also had a good linebacker coach. You don't forget that. Yeah,
he had linebackers.
Well, Casey Hayward was good.
He didn't have the middle guys. We were talking about tackles, and I understand what you were reading, But he had Michael Bennett over there. That was the All-Pro a couple years in a row, close to Defensive Player of the Year. The other guy on the other side, I forgot his name. But I wasn't really into Seattle, but I paid attention to that defensive backfield. I'll tell you that. And they were amazing. It was good to watch football. It was good. Shit, if that whole secondary could be in fantasy and defense was more important in fantasy, I would have picked all those guys. I would have tried to. First round. If they scored points in fantasy, all 4 of them, I would have picked all 4 of them. I don't care if they had a bye one day. I would have won every.
You're talking about the Legion of Boom?
Legion of Boom.
Right.
For years, for a good 4 or 5 years, they were awesome.
One of the best defensive units as a whole for the last 25 plus years, even in football history, period.
One of the, secondary, yes.
The secondary was, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
One of the
I
greatest
personally want to see what
that's what I think he's getting.
has. And shoot, I'm curious to see about Lafitasi or what is his name?
So you want to see Laulu and who's the other guy you're talking about?
Yeah, Laulu. I feel like he did pretty damn good at the end of the year last year.
Right.
I mean, we'll see if he can develop better. And I mean, of course, I would still prefer to start Wilkins, but we're just thinking if he can't start or whatever. But yeah, that big dude from Australia. I'm not sure.
That's Kazi about that. That's how about Kazi. What do you feel about that?
Hey, 6'6".
Yeah,
look, guys, you've got to temper your expectation with these international player program guys.
He's huge.
He's huge. He's got the measurables from a physical standpoint, but this guy hasn't played a snap of NFL football. He's coming up against the elite of the elite. Guys have been playing this game their whole life. This guy is going to at least take 2 seasons before if he even sees the field, that's going to be a win. You know what I mean? So I'm not expecting this guy to do anything for at least that amount of time. I mean, David Agoha was another physical specimen. We had him. Well, he was our last international player program guy. What did he do?
Who?
What has
Right.
exactly? What has any of these international player program guys done for any team? Can anybody name me one guy who's panned out and been, a stud or a good player?
I only know one, and that's for the Eagles, the right tackle for the Eagles.
But they drafted him. They drafted him.
Oh, he wasn't. Oh, he wasn't
an international player.
Oh, I thought he was an international player.
Right. I don't mean to criticize the guy because I'm not. I'm excited to see him that, for obvious reasons that he's part of our organization, but we need to temper our expectations of this guy and any of these international player program guys. They're going to be sitting on the bench and learning the game first year, maybe even second year. I mean, if we even see him on the field at all in Raider colors, it's going to be a win. I'm not expecting anything from these guys.
Yeah. Davis would have picked that dude in the 3rd round fucking this year's draft. You know what I mean? Because he's so big.
Look at his measurements. Look at how
He's
big
been a 3rd round pick from Australia.
He's 6'6" and 348. So why is he a big guy? So that's what he's looking at. We don't know anything he can do in the NFL. We don't know what he can do. Rugby, yeah, but not NFL. So they look at how big he is. That's all they see.
Yeah, I got to make note. I got to make note of this. I think out of everybody that's on this panel right now, I think there's one specific person in this panel that looks absolutely comfortable because I know he's not sitting in a desk chair. He's sitting in a damn recliner, and he's starting to smile. Chris Fu, Raiders Fu, look at him.
Chris.
He's sitting in a
recliner.
I think he's relaxing right now. I think he's
got
chilling.
like that, bro. He got to
Well, at least have his cowboy hat on. That's cool. At least don't have that on.
Hold on.
That was dope.
Oh shit!
All right.
Oh man!
Oh
my God, he got a cowboy hat right now.
Hey Chris, I'm gonna get mine, bro. I got a black one just like that, but it's in a box. It's in the
I didn't know I used to ride Bulls.
Keep it
I believe that. Okay, so
Did you really?
The Raiders.
Hold on. This is interesting.
Nah,
You actually you were a bull rider, or you busting balls?
I only rode one. It was a little guy.
We don't call them mechanical bulls, man. Come on now.
No.
You mean professional bull riders? Oh, professional.
It was a little one.
I ain't talking what you got in the middle of the bar where people fall.
You're a professional bullshitter. But you actually rode bulls. That's pretty cool.
I got a friend of mine that did that, and he broke his freaking back. But I said, nah, I ain't even gonna go to that. I ain't even gonna go. But it was the Mexican one. It was the Mexican ones where they don't hold on to the bull. They just use their legs and shit.
Yeah.
They just use their legs. They don't got no where they hook them and shit underneath. Right?
Yeah.
They don't even do that. They just the arms are flapping. They're going all
Yeah,
over the place.
I
He
had
broke
the
his
rope.
back.
I had the rope on one hand.
Man,
Screw that shit.
he's walking crazy now. He said, "Now,
Hey,
don't mess with
I
no
was
2,000
gonna tell you
pound
earlier,
fucking
too,
animal,
Jeff,
man."
Hell
that
no.
hat is fly as shit.
I'm that good for a steak.
You don't
I
do
think
that
it's
shit,
good,
bro.
Jeff's hat.
Just to clarify Afakasi's point, and I agree with him 100% on what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's more of a promotional thing, I think, for the NFL by bringing in these international players because it automatically increases the status of that person, that player from whatever country he's there, that he's from. So it brings that country to the forefront and it introduces them to the NFL, which is what the
Right.
NFL wants to do. They want to make this an international sport more than anything. They want to grow. It's a way for them to make more money. It's a business. They're not stupid. So I get that some of these guys definitely aren't going to pan out, and none of them really have yet. But it's a way for the organization or the team or the league to spread the word and get it more popular. And you get these more and more of these, these physical, freaks that are just they're so big and they look like they would be a perfect fit in the NFL, but they just don't pan out. Look at Brock Lesnar. He tried out for the Vikings. That lasted what? 2 weeks and he was gone. He just couldn't cut it.
Got taught a lesson.
Not everybody can come in no matter what.
Stay over there and wrestle.
Not everybody
like I said, they're coming up against the elite of the elite. Like it's one thing. I get it. He's a physical specimen, and look, I like those intangibles, but there's more to the game than just being a big unit and having being the fastest or the strongest. You know what I'm saying? Like. You got to be better than guys that have been doing it their entire lives and the best of the best, the top 0.001 percentile of players in American football. And it's a very tough task for and I'm not just talking about Lucky Tusk, I'm talking about any of them to be able to come in and develop to be better than these guys. You know what I'm saying? So look, these roster spots for the international player program, guys, like it's not an official spot. Like there's a designated spot on the roster, so it doesn't count against the 53-man team.
That's why they give you the extra roster spot.
Yeah, exactly. They give you that extra roster spot.
Because he ain't gonna do shit. So
exactly. Like, and I asked the question before: how many, and not just with the Raiders, for any team, how many of them have at least been able to, develop and become even a rotational guy? I mean, you'd find the percentile is very, very small, if any of them. You know what I'm saying?
I got a better stat line for you.
Group of players that does that well. That's usually the kickers. They come from the soccer league and all that stuff. So
that's different. That's a specialized aspect.
But let me say this, Jeff. Let me say this, Jeff, real quick.
Else,
this is probably gonna make Avocasi's a gripe about this guy even more. That us as a nation, us as fans, we say, Wilkins is hurt. He ain't gonna be here in the 6th game. But we're saying, oh well, we got this guy from Australia. He can step in and be right in.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
Right.
How far back are you in your mind for the Raiders that this shit, the biggest and strongest dude is gonna work? You got to be mentally ready to do this. You got to be physically ready to do this. And the dude that you're going against is just as fast, as strong, as big as you are. And so are you better than that guy? He might be the best rugby player in Australia. I don't know, or wherever he's from. But about American football, bro, you're not going to get a chance. And I hope he does to prosper.
I hope he does too. I hope he does too. I might be coming out as being
but don't
critical.
say that this dude is going to replace Christian Wilkins. He's not going to replace at all. At all.
No.
I got one for you.
I just wanted to see if he could make the roster. I never said he was going to.
Yes, try to make the roster.
When was the last time you even saw somebody that actually played football in college or even at the high school level, but never went to the pros, but then tried out for a pro team and made the team and lasted on the team for a few years? When was the last time you saw that? That's another example of what just when was the last time you had a walk-on make a team in the NFL? I can tell you who I think right away when I think of it. They made a movie.
Quarterback. He's a quarterback.
But they made a movie of this one. Vincent Papale from the Eagles. The movie Invincible.
Well, he did one for the Rams, the Hall of Famer.
Kurt Warner?
Kurt Warner was bagging
Well,
groceries
they found
at
him
Walmart
playing
or something.
flag
Came to the
football and
NFL,
packing
shot it up.
groceries at the local Piggly Wiggly. So
He was playing arena football. That's what he was doing.
Right.
yeah,
Hey,
Look,
no,
I'm not talking about international players, period, who've come over to America. Like, there's been plenty of guys who've been drafted into the league who've made a name for themselves. Like Mailata is a name. You know, you guys just brought up the Nigerian Nightmare, the guy from the Chiefs, Okoye, from back in the day.
Okoye.
Like, he's another example. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking specifically about the
Christian Okoye
international
wasn't good, bro.
player
Christian-
program players.
Christian
That's
Okoye
all I'm
wasn't
talking
good,
about.
bro.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, they've
maybe
got a
Kansas-
whole program in Africa where they've got former NFL players over there. Actually,
maybe
what's his name,
Kansas City
Justin
fans
Tuck.
think Christian Okoye was good, but come on.
yeah, isn't Justin Tuck over there doing something with that? He's running the program over there as like the liaison for the NFL, looking for these players in Africa that can, in all the different countries within the continent that
He's
they
coaching
can
the flag
groom
team.
and teach to
He's
bring them
coaching
over to
the
play
flag
in.
football team that's going to be in LA for Africa.
Oh, yes.
They're going to have flag football in the Olympics.
At the
when it
Olympics,
goes to
yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
And that's another way the sport's it's gonna spread the word of the NFL and potentially get more players, because you can transition from flag to pro somewhat, to actual contact football, I should say. 'Cause that's where it
I think
starts.
it's
When you
more-
start with little kids, they start at flagging and work their way up to pads. So I mean, it's the same concept. You're learning the sport, you're learning the rules, you're learning the game.
Jeff, can I tell you something about like
I
the
think
international?
I think flag football now and 7-on-7s now is fucking up football. 7-on-7s should not be in any practice. The real teams don't do 7-on-7s. That's show.
No.
That's show. You do 5-on-5. That's cool.
Good, Raph.
You just work with linemen. That's 7-on-7 is messing up football in my book.
What's up, J Dog?
Okay, so about like the case of international players program. I mean, a lot of persons, they just wanted to talk about the international players program and say it's a joke. No, it's not a joke, because I
didn't say that.
understand there's a lot of players, because I just wanted to understand about for that point. A lot of international players, they're coming from Australia, New Zealand, because they have a lot of experience in rugby, because those guys are huge. They know tackle, they know defense, but it's all about for the defense. If you're international, if you wanted to get fit in at a national team, which is American football, you had to be ready, because it doesn't matter. You had the talent, you had the skills, you had to be prepared, because you had to start to learn something new. It doesn't matter that I'm 5'5", or it doesn't matter that I'm fit or anything, because the international players program, it really fits to all about for the players, no matter represent for the nation. Because right now it's all about the discipline, and you had to work very carefully, because I know this being like another thing. And American football is no joke at all, because if you had to learn something, how to tackle, because right now you had to get in, you had to go to fit, and you got to wake up, choose violence. I mean, it all happens.
Right, but all I'm saying is that with the international player program specific, I'm not talking about all the international players that have come and circulated in the league, whether they were drafted or whatever. With the international player program specifically, from my understanding, there's a large percentage of those guys, not just for the Raiders but other teams, that have never taken a snap of American football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a tough task for these guys to be able to learn the game, get better at the game, like I highlighted before, than guys who are at the elite level, the top 0.001% of American football players who've been playing the game their entire lives. And it's a tough task for them to be able to develop and become good enough to be able to produce on the field, even in spots. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
I
exactly.
asked the question before, and I'm not just talking about I'm talking about the league in general. Give me one international player program guy that has turned out to be that. Can anybody in the chat who's not even a Raider fan give me one name? And I'm not talking about draft picks. I'm not talking about guys who came from overseas who played football and then came into the league. I'm talking about international player program players specifically.
So I just looked it up right now just to see who was even in the international pathway at all. The only person I actually even recognize is Jakob Johnson, and that's not even.
Was he from the international player program?
Yeah, I'm right here on NFL. NFL,
and that's across the board, since the whole program has been in effect for everybody.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
he
best.
was in that
That's the
program,
only
right?
one.
Jakob
He was in that
Johnson.
program. He was in
Yeah.
that program.
Yeah, he's from Germany.
He's a solid
And
player.
that's it. And that's it. Just
That's the
one
only
guy
person
across
I
32 teams
recognize,
since
yeah.
what, 2016, 2017?
17,
That's it.
yeah.
and he started for the
I
Raiders.
rest my case.
He
I rest my
started
case.
for the Raiders.
Wow.
God damn.
I mean,
Yeah,
but the other thing is, I mean, you had to be
Damn.
really prepared for what's coming next. Because if you're international player scouting, you had to pay attention with close to like the talent, because not many international players got the same luck. Because there are not many who's been elite, or there's not many players who's been sucks. Because when it comes to American football, which is the NFL, or like the spring league, like the United Football League, or flag football, or college football, you had to be prepared. You had to understand the rules of the game. You had to understand how to get fit in, because it's no matter, doesn't matter whose skill you are. It doesn't matter who you're running back, because you had to be prepared for what's going to happen. Because some of the international players got really nervous when it comes to the first year. But take like a 1-2 years to develop and put in like some veterans to teach to the rookies. So you had to pay attention.
I'm sorry, Rap. I'm not laughing at you, Rap. I just happened to just look over at 805 and Chris from Protect the Shield and Lunatic.
Yeah.
Chris is fucking hammered on the camera.
Yeah,
right now.
they're going crazy right now.
Yeah,
I had them
yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
So was
Wait.
Lunatic.
Are they
Oh
going
my
crazy?
Hey, I was on a chat on that
That's
show. I
right.
said Chris looks like a defensive line nose tackle coach. He looks like a coach
with
with his shirt for the defensive tackles on 3
He
4.
looks-
They were
You
talking
can
about
tell he's been
the
drinking
Raiders
since they started that show and drinking.
They
heavily
were.
for
They
3
started
hours.
watching. It was just they're showing their
Yeah.
balls they drinking.
Oh my!
They said,
God.
well, we lost Christian Wilkins. Why don't we go to the 3-4 defense? I said, oh shit. That means you need more linebackers. And what is our worst position that we have?
Hey, what's up,
Linebacker.
Dante? East Coast Gridiron. What's up, brother?
Linebacker.
East Coast
last
gave us a few
Saturday,
names,
I needed
and
a
I can
little
appreciate
break.
that. East Coast has given a few names, but like
Yeah.
you know, and I appreciate the names, but that's few and far between. And how long ago? How long has the program been running for?
17,
I
16.
have
Wasn't
no
it?
In 2017, yeah.
And
Yeah,
tell me if
yeah.
there's
Has it been
like
since then?
legit
Yeah.
specialty players, receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, corners, or safeties that are in that program that been even on the practice squad. Like those, you see a bunch of them: defensive linemen, offensive linemen, basically defensive tackles.
All I'm saying is just tamper the expectation with these guys.
The
Just
first name
you know,
they bring up.
see what they do. Like let them develop. If they can even take the field, that's going to be a win for me. And if he can even do anything once he takes the field, that's going to be, the jackpot. But I'm not expecting nothing from any of these guys.
I wanna
You
see
just
this
you
guy
just went
running
through the
tackles
history
over.
of the whole program, and it's
Well,
been few and far between. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Arendano wasn't the biggest nose tackle ever. He was the best because he was here, and he was a hella fucking strong.
Right, all those.
The best, one of the best ever, right there. Shit, we ought to just call him up and give him fucking retirement. Give him a bunch of money.
Just give a call. Do a
There's
Kurt
the
Warner
stat there. 2 out of 56. 2.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
The odds of that guy replacing Christian Wilkins. I brought that up on a live AR, and it was like, oh, we got this new guy from Australia. He's fucking 6'6", 340. He replaced him. I go, what?
Yeah.
What am I seeing?
Right, which is why I was
It's
passionate what I
definitely
said
bad
before, and I have
I had to
every
clean my
reason to.
glasses, bro. I had to clean my
I-
glasses
I-
off and drink coffee.
I have
go
every
get
reason
another
to root for this guy, Gravy. He's
Yeah, I know.
my fellow countryman. He's a Samoan Australian, just like me. So I've got every reason to root for this guy, and I am. I'm just saying,
Welcome.
pump the brakes with expectation. This guy's not replacing Christian Wilkins. He's not going to see the field year 1. He's not going to see the field likely year 2. He may not see the field, period. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say.
It doesn't matter if he gets cut or not. Just hope he does well. He's
Yeah, I
where
hope
he's
he
at.
does
I
too.
hope he does well.
I hope he does too.
Good practice guy. Got it. Put some damage on your offensive line.
Let him learn. Let him to hone his craft.
The
and
offensive
hopefully one
lineman
day
can't
he can
stop
be better
him.
than
Then we
this.
got problems with the offensive line
Right.
Right.
because that's
Big
what he's
problems.
doing. That's what he's doing right there. He's pushing our offensive lineman around if he's doing that. Getting that work right
Def-
there.
Right.
Good practice. The camp guy, bro. That's good. It's good for him.
Well,
You
he's
guys-
gonna make the team, bro. He's gonna make because he's a national player, so they don't have to cut
He's
him.
gonna make our team better. He's gonna make
So
a
he's
guy like
gonna
that make our team better as a whole.
He's gonna be in a practice squad regardless because he's a national player, so they're not losing a roster spot.
Right.
So they don't have to
They
cut
don't
him.
count against the roster spot. So
Yeah.
I like the program in
be
that
on
regard.
practice
All I've been trying to say this whole time is just temper the expectation. That's all I'm saying.
What's up, Robert Pena? What's up,
Hey,
bro?
Robert.
What
Don't
up, Robert?
forget everybody that's in the chat.
That guy not being
Make
there.
sure you show some love to everybody on the panel and here. Hit all the different channels.
We're gonna have
Hit the
problems.
sub, hit the notifications, hit those likes. Show the love, spread it around. Appreciate you all. And I thank everybody that's been in here so far on the channel. On the panel, you guys have been awesome. Some good combos tonight, actually. Really good combos.
Yeah, but I'm sorry to interrupt.
For
but,
I'm kidding.
I mean, no, I understand.
When they Rob get in here.
Hey, Rafa, you think you take your glasses off that we can't see that you're looking at something? That don't work, bro. That don't work
No,
no more, bro.
because first and foremost, I mean that's a very good
I'm just
question.
messing with you, man. You know I just mess with you.
we all
No,
love you,
I
Rob.
understand, but I mean the only thing that I just took off my glasses is because, well, sometimes I have like issues to watch because I know that I have myopia, and when I use those glasses is to wear some good. But some of those people that they say, oh, he just reading something on the chat, he was reading an article, he was just like watching like at another video, something like that. But I understand it about it, but sometimes I had difficult to watch because I know that sometimes my eyes is getting blurry. But I'm not blind. Okay. So I'm not like, and to be honest, right now, I'm very cool. I'm not drunk. I just got my vision blurry because sometimes my vision sucks like Samir White and Cesar McCormick. Their vision is trash.
I could dig that.
Well, Sincere, I'm at least excited to see what Sincere can do come the preseason. Like, I just did a live where I highlighted players that I feel like need to prove that they either belong on the roster or secure their depth spot. And I highlighted all three of those guys that were a part of the running back by committee last season. Sincere McCormick, Zamir White, and Dylan Lobby is another name you could throw in that conversation because all of those guys are fighting for that one spot, I believe. We've got Ashton Genty. We drafted him for a reason. We have Mostert. But behind them, I want to see what I want to see McCormick healthy because he proved to me that he can play when given the chance. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see that, and I want to see him healthy because, like I said, I'm not giving him any more practice squad concessions. He's already sat there for 3 years. Now's his time to step up and show that he belongs and he can play well in the league. Or if he doesn't do that in preseason, he can go. Dylan Lorby, I can give him a practice squad concession, but he's another guy who needs to step up. And Zamir White, you already know how I feel about Zamir White. You know what I'm saying? You either show that you can be an adept rotational guy preseason and you need to be balling out against second, third stringers. Otherwise, you can get up out of here.
Zamir
Dante agrees with you. He says he's cheeks.
Yeah, I've been the loudest one in the room.
Lobby's not even listening
you
to the
have,
running back
man.
room, though. He just says a punt return, kick return. He's not even in the running back room anymore.
Well, then he needs to solidify that role.
He's behind Miller.
He needs to solidify that role, or he can go to the practice squad.
He's behind Miller and kick return, punt return, so he's not even in a running back room right now.
That's one kid I want to see return kicks is Mallet. Yeah, Tommy, touchdown Tommy.
Well, somebody needs to solidify that job because that's up for grabs too. The returner.
Yeah. They got him and Chris Corrier. They drafted last year. He's in there too.
I can't believe Red Nation was saying this guy was a McCaffrey 2.0. What the fuck is wrong?
Oh my God! Stop!
What the fuck is wrong with this?
Stop!
I'm glad we don't have that situation with 2.0s this year. I haven't heard a lot of 2.0s this year.
It's okay to give him player cons, but don't crown these guys as 2.0 whatevers, especially guys drafted in the 6th round. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come the frig on.
I got you.
Oh man. okay.
He fumbled a lot, so.
Okay, so I'm about to pull off right now. I know this is very late right now, but I just wanted to tell you salute to the chat right now, and I know that I'm gonna to learn a lot of things, something. But you know what? I mean, I just wanted to have like a great night, great week. Salute to the chat, salute to the whole nation, to all these amazing content creators of Akasi, Jeff. I mean, LB Raider, because sometimes I forgot. Gravy, Grace for Raiders. And I just wanted to tell you about this one. Happy birthday, Auntie Sid Soldier. God bless you. And I just wanted to tell you, just like a motivation speaker, just like Sweet James, this is motherfucking Raider Nation. There is nothing can stop us. This is Raider Nation. There is no
It's not the
Chargers.
Gestapo.
No,
Bruh.
I'm just saying there's nothing can stop us because this is Raider
okay.
Nation. Yeah, I'm just trying to you get it memorized. So much love, much respect, everybody else.
Take care, Rafa.
I'll take
See ya,
care.
Rafa.
All right, bro.
Have a good weekend,
All
Rafa.
right, man. Take it
All
easy.
right, man.
Have a good one.
Love the
Peace out, man.
motivation, bro. Love the
All right.
motivation right there. I'll play for you any day.
Run through a wall.
He means well.
You need it.
There he does.
We're used to that. We're used to that motivation.
Right.
That was weird.
We talk about defensive linemen and cornerbacks. We talk about cornerbacks. He brings up defensive linemen.
Can I bring up another name that like I've earmarked that I want to see? I want to see more from, and that's Michael Mayer. How do you guys feel about him?
Love Michael Mayer.
You do?
I think he's
I
good,
just
bro.
hope he have his,
I mean,
I hope he have his head together because we just still know exactly what happened to him last year, why he disappeared.
yeah.
Hopefully, he has. If it's a mental health issue, we get that straightened out because he was a good player, still is a good player. I'm assuming, but hopefully he's back on track because we'll probably need him.
Right.
I really like Michael Mayer a lot. It's just going to be an uphill battle for him to carve out a role in this offense, especially with Brock Bowers getting most likely a majority of the targets at the tight end position. If he can play that inline tight end like we're kind of expecting, Brock Bowers, can move around a little bit. Maybe I just don't want to keep him like as the blocking tight end because he's a lot more than that. And just to use his talents as just a blocker, I feel like would be underutilizing him. I just hope that he can find a way and find a role. Chip Kelly can find a way to make him work because he's a good player. It's just he's gonna have to, fight for targets in where we have a lot more offensive power now.
Right. I guess why I brought him up. Sorry, go ahead. Chris. You go.
My bad. I want to see him more in the red zone. I feel like he has a lot of red zone potential that we haven't really used them in the red zone as much as I thought we would. Last year he was all jumping try and jump all over players and stuff like that. Like that shit's exciting. So if we could get that side of him in a more confident stance, I feel like he can make some big plays for us.
Yeah.
I guess why I brought it up, my critique of Michael Mayer. Look, I get it. He took time away from football. Speculation. I'd like to highlight speculation is that it was mental health because nobody outside of the Raiders organization knows. All right, so
Yeah.
we can only speculate. And if that is the case, I can appreciate that. You always got to make sure everything's right upstairs. Take the time you need. However, in terms of overall production during his time as a Raider, no one's going to sell me. And we drafted Brock Bowers, and he's been proven to be an elite player at the position right from the rip. But no one's going to sell me the production we've gotten out of Michael Mayer, a guy we've drafted in the second round that we actually traded up for, has even come close to the expectation that you expect from him. For me, reading it out loud, like 460 yards for 2 touchdowns of 48 receptions in 2 seasons. We got that in 1 season from a guy we drafted years back in Michael Rivera. You know what I'm saying? A guy we drafted in the 5th round. Like even Foster Moreau was more productive than him. Another 5th round guy that we drafted, years back, who was a dependable guy who proved to be that in his first 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? This is year 3 for Michael Mayer. So no one's going to sell me that the production from his perspective has been even close to good enough. You know what I'm saying? So I've earmarked him You know, I want him to produce and be better than what he's proven to be. He's shown that he can play in spots, and I can accept that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I want this guy to produce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just read out the production. Like, can you guys sit there and tell me that's even close to the bare minimum expectation that you get from a round 2 draft pick? Anyone?
That's why I think he's not going to be here. They're going to do something with him.
There's rumors he's been on the trade block.
He's been on trade block. Yeah,
already.
Yeah, he wasn't the type guy. I love Michael Mayer as a player. You know, I'm not going to. We shouldn't know what his problem was. If it is mental, you know, you got to question: does the dude love football? You know, you got to be that way. You got to be on point when you're in the NFL. And you know, when you really look, we got so obsessed with as fans with the 12 personnel, and we really got to understand what that means. 12 personnel. Yeah, you got 2 tight ends out there, but what formation are you in? What are you going to do? Otherwise, you got 2 tight ends in there. What are you going to do besides that? It's just not.
Sorry to interrupt you, Gravy, but how many times did we even see that?
They didn't.
And the amount of times that everybody was talking about it throughout the course of the offseason. How many times did we see that?
No,
you're not going to see 12 personnel with Chip Kelly. You know,
you're not. Very rarely.
Very difficult.
Maybe in a
very difficult to run zone.
Don't
read or RPOs with 2 tight ends in there. You want more bigger guys. So he doesn't do 12 personnel that much, and he's expendable. Probably could get something for him. You know, his passion for the game is. You question that, and then I don't want to wait and see. I'd rather just get somebody else.
Well, the fact that you just said he's expendable, and the fact that the rumors has been he's been on the trading block says everything you need to know.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Think about him like, he was perfect for McDaniels. Perfect for that. Maybe you could go New England and you run that Earnhardt Perkins offense. Perfect for a 12 personnel, but for what Chip Kelly does, and if he does what he usually does, 12 personnel is not used widely, you know, as much as we think it is. That we got adapted to saying. We got so hard on saying 12 personnel. We never seen it last year because we couldn't do it.
It was nauseating how many people were talking about, are we going to see this, that? We've got the next coming of Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. I mean, Brock Bowers lived up and then some to his expectation. But my God.
I got tired of trying to explain it, and just, I don't know. I lost cause conversation or trying to drill it in somebody's mind. Oh, we run 12 personnel. This is the double damage. Well, what are you going to do if you're in 12 personnel? It's just not them two. You got to do other things with it, you know? It just doesn't pan out for us. He's not that type guy for Chip Kelly. Bowers is, but not him.
I get it. He's not that type guy, but you've got to be a competent rotational guy. At his best, he can be that. But I'm just saying he hasn't done that from a production standpoint the last 2 seasons. You know what I mean? No one's going to sell me that. There's got to be a bare minimum expectation for a round 2 draft selection. You know what I mean? And he needs to start living up to it when his number is called.
He's coaching us football. Oh, I see him on your show, that East Coast Granddad. He knows football.
There he does.
I could tell he does. He knows 20. He knows 21 personnel, 11.
See, he's an X's and O's technical standpoint kind of guy. I'm just a fan who just
sounds like
from the heart and just call it as I see it. You know what I mean? Like I might be way off, but I can only just do the best I can to connect the dots, and that's all I'm doing with Michael Mayer. Like, you know, from the eye test and the production standpoint, like I said, no one's going to sell me that's even come close to being the bare minimum expectation. It hasn't.
Exactly. Nope. I'd rather have another running back or a tackle in there than have him. That's probably what you're going to see. He's going to get a playmaker, a faster guy, somebody that's explosive more than Michael Mayer.
Come on, year 3, do something. Year 3, do something.
I agree.
Well, he can block, well, so can a tackle.
Yeah. So can a wide receiver. So
you're going to use a lot of that. You're getting guys that they block. So we see that happening. Guys that block.
I've heard a lot of people saying that that Besh is gonna be a day one starter. You guys agree with that?
He started on
believe
depth
that.
chart. He's already in there. He's already in there in the depth chart.
Right now.
Started.
That's what we drafted him to be as a round 2 selection. We have a depth issues at wide receiver, large depth issues at wide receiver before the draft. We've tried to address that with Besh and this guy Thornton. So if it's Besh that's going to solidify that number 2 role, which seems to be the case, then cool.
No, we had a lollipop good wide receiving core that couldn't block. That's what we had last year. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we
The only one
had.
that was blocking was Jacoby.
That's the only one
Yep.
that blocked. Only one.
And when
But
Devontae
blocking
was there, he would
is
do it
is
too.
Yeah,
Blocking
Tony's
is compli-
channel's up right now.
In the run game.
blocking is complementary, much like we were talking about with the cornerback role. Like the tackling is complementary. Your priority and your primary role is to lock down and shut down these receivers. As a wide receiver, your primary role is to catch the ball, make some plays, do these things. The blocking side of things is complementary. Michael Mayer can block, but I want to see him produce more when it comes to the receptions, making plays, and even in the red zone, scoring touchdowns.
Now we're saying third and Bash now. That's what we're saying.
That's what he's saying. Like third best pro. What?
Oh my god.
That's what we call them now. Third best pro.
Don't
I
start
do
that.
like what they've started on IG. Max Crosby's been pushing it too. How like if Besh starts to emerge and he starts scoring touchdowns for the DJ at the Raider games to start playing that song by Too Short.
Too Short.
What's my
Got that
favorite
one.
word? Bish.
Yeah, that should be funny.
Right. But I want to see him earn that
What's up,
first.
welcome
You know
to
what I'm
the
saying?
Yeah,
He's
for
He's got
sure.
to solidify his spot.
Okay, you
first.
want him to score
Start doing some things
touchdowns,
and
not
then-
get first downs. I'd rather have him
All
score
right, touchdown,
touchdowns,
first down.
Right.
first down. It's important either way, but
Crawl before you walk.
yeah, this guy. Oh no, Renfro. He didn't drop the ball a lot until he got concussed and he messed up. He
Mhm.
fucked up a lot, but
Right.
Bro, I
little
love
guy,
Renfro.
little
I
guy
hope he
going
does
down the
good in
middle like that.
Carolina,
What do you
man.
expect? Besh is not a little guy.
No.
He's not. He's not Renfro size. Definitely.
Nah, far
Right.
from it.
And he'll
Different
probably-
skill sets.
Yeah, he'll probably catch the ball too. He's real strong catching the ball. That's what I like about him.
If anything, we
I'm
got
not-
two
I'm not-
Jacobys out there.
Yeah, I'm not bothered by him being in that role, starting, being in the depth chart number one. Doesn't bother me at all.
Nope.
He's
Nope.
showing it. He's showing it right there.
Good.
And we can get a guy to. I'm not a big fan of Trey Tucker, so
I like Tucker as a spot guy, and I've highlighted this many times. I like him as a spot guy. When he gets open, he can catch. He doesn't have a problem with his hands. He can catch the ball. He can make some plays. The problem is if he doesn't get separation, if the other team, if our quarterback throws in a contest, this is just what I saw. He loses every single time, or 9 times out of 10, and a lot of those times the ball is intercepted. That's my problem with Tucker starting on the outside. I don't want to see him starting. I want to see him being relegated to when you're on the field in spots, like just take the top off. If you can get open, throw him the ball, cool. But to be a dependable number 2, he's not that.
No, Tucker's not a 50-50 guy. He's only 5'9".
He's not.
And you go against the guy, these DBs that are 6 feet tall. More chance than not, these 6-foot DBs going to bat the ball down, like you said, or pick it off.
Every
But
time.
if he get outside, if he can beat him downfield, it's money in the bank. He's not a 50-50 guy.
we
He's
use Tucker. We use Tucker more for his capability to situational type stuff, situational, and just not when Tucker was running routes. You didn't see Tucker getting 10 yards.
What up, Tony?
Crosses or anything like that. Tucker's not really a big guy. He's fast, fast
Yeah.
as shit.
Right.
But I just questioned. Okay, Tucker's in there. He's gonna run a deep post or deep, post corner or I really don't know his route tree, but he's just fast. And he has a
Right.
problem with his concentration catching the ball. You know what I mean?
Well, he can catch it when he's open, but that wasn't his issue.
Sometimes he would be wide
was
open. Sometimes he'll be wide open, AR, and you had to replay because the ball was bobbling in his fucking hands and stuff.
Yeah, they always have to replay his
know what I
catches.
I think the stat, like someone highlighted, because I had this debate with, I think it was Yerp, shout out to Yerp, who's high on Trey Tucker, and I debated with him because he brought up the stat that his drop rate is very low, And my rebuttal to that was like, well, does that count for how many times the ball was either deflected by the defender or intercepted? Because I don't believe it does. You know what I'm saying? And that's my problem with Tucker. Granted, we had to have him starting on the outside due to the depth issues, which hopefully we've solved because of what we did with the draft. But that's all I'm trying to say with Trey Tucker. Like, I don't want him starting on the outside, being that, like, when it comes to the contest, he's not good. In fact,
Well,
he's
how many
terrible.
receptions did he have? Does anybody know that?
I can give you that.
Nate,
Give me
Nate,
two
how many receptions did Trey Tucker have last year?
47 for 539 yards.
There you go.
Not bad.
Right. It's not bad. Like, starting on the outside, but
Three touchdowns.
Did you guys see what I saw just from the eye test?
Yeah, I agree with you totally, but I think worse. I think worse of him.
Yeah, to me, honestly, I think Thorin's going to take Trey Tucker's job. I think Thorin does everything that Trey Tucker can do, but better. He's taller. He catches the ball just as well. He has, arguably, he could be faster. I think, and Thorin, like, I think Thorin can possibly be that Jeremiah Smith kind of guy that Chip Kelly had last year. Obviously, he's not Jeremiah Smith. Obviously, that's crazy.
He's talking about the number one pick in the draft next year.
No, I know that's why. No, that's why. But like, he could play that kind of role and take the top off too.
Well, isn't he a freshman? Wasn't Jeremiah Smith a freshman? No, he's
yeah.
He's
no,
a
he might be.
freshman?
I think he was a sophomore last year.
Oh, okay.
Damn, East Coast don't like Thorin, I guess.
I can only do that on my stream, Rorschach. I don't think.
But you know what? The thing I like about Thornton, even though it was in college, this guy caught 26 balls and got 607. Fuck, you talk about after the
Take
play.
off, bro.
After the 26 balls, he caught.
Jeremiah Smith was a true freshman. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be a while till he's in the draft, but he's number one pick if he
Crazy.
could come out. That guy's
Mic
awesome.
check 1 2 1 2. Does that
Yeah,
work?
him and Ryan
Yeah,
Williams
you're
were crazy last year.
Do I sound like a transformer?
Oh no.
No, you're good.
No, doesn't work.
just
No, it
sound
doesn't
like
work. It only works when I'm on my own side
About
of the fence.
26 catches, 690 yards. Fuck. You talk about big play potential right there. That's what we're looking at off the
Exactly.
bat. That beats out Trey Tucker right off the bat. He might be a little slim for me. Being
Exactly.
that might be a little slim.
Right.
Ruggs wasn't a super
to-
big.
to-
Ruggs wasn't a super big ass dude. You maybe could do that.
to East Coast Gridiron's stat, he just shared it. Yeah, I that's what I was saying before. He can catch the ball if he's open. I'm not disputing that. But what I'm disputing is that, like, that stat right there doesn't count for how many times the ball was deflected or how many times the ball was outright intercepted when it's in the contest. That's my gripe with Tucker.
They
Yeah,
both
those
need. They both
contested
need.
catches are
They
nasty.
both need route to get that route trade going better.
Yeah, exactly.
Once they get that, they got good teachers there. So that'll
Lily
get-
Rochat. Welcome to the chat. All that I'm bad at. The only thing I'm happy about is that we got some big guys in the receiving corner. I got tired of the little guys last year. Although they can catch the ball, they can go fast.
Okay.
But I got tired of guys. The ball's going to them, and the bigger DBs is batting them down. We got some guys that actually can go 50-50 balls besides Jacoby Myers. So I'm happy we got some guys in there. They have these rookies have to develop. They have to learn the routes. They have to learn all that stuff. So just gotta wait and see. But we got
East Coast
Colin,
four times.
Colin, wait, hold on. We got that guy,
Sorry,
somebody named Colin Johnson, I think. This guy's
Who is that?
6'6". He came from the Bears, I think. So they got big receivers. Don't tell how good he is because he played about 3 different teams.
I think that guy's a tight end or something.
Yeah, 6'6", 222 pounds. He's not that big, but as far as like weight. But
My bad, Chris. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just following up on East Coast Gridiron's. Says East Coast is saying, and salute to him for sharing these stats. He said 4 contested catches on 10 attempts by Thornton. I will take 4 out of 10 than 1 out of 10 or 0 out of 10, which is what you're going to get from Tucker.
But the thing is, though, AR, I got a problem with that because in that year, they only did that 50-50. It was completed 4 times. I want him to catch a ball. I want him to get 10 receptions for I want him to produce more than just a 50-50 ball. We can see right there on that stat what Gridiron's doing is that what is the 50-50 ball in the season? You know what I mean? So to
Right.
me,
We were just
50-50
ball.
50-50 ball is not really important to me. What you do in the seams and your route tree, you got to do that before you're just a 50-50 guy. Unless we're in that situation, you're not going to be in the game if you're just good for that. I want a guy to be there every play. Be consistent every get more than 26 catches. I'm impressed with the yardage after the catch. That means that's great. And then, but if you're just there to just in the red zone, yeah, we had a problem with that. But we depending on a fourth, fourth round rookie to be our 50.
Who are you talking about, Thornton?
Thornton,
Yeah, are we depending on this guy to do athletic shit right off the bat when he don't even know a route tree? So we gotta slow down on that a little bit.
But
that's not what I'm saying, Gravy. That's not what I'm saying.
I know, but that's what Gridiron was saying. Yeah, and with that,
but they said he played Oregon.
He only caught 4 balls last year that were 50-50 balls. I know what you meant when you were reiterating what Tucker and him comparison. I understand.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm just we're talking about Tucker's
different things.
Weakness specifically, and all I'm talking about is just comparing it to say Thornton. That's it.
Yeah. Well, Thornton had ran routes when he was in Oregon. Got Tennessee, it all changed. They didn't run those routes like he did when he was in Oregon. So he does have a route tree. We don't know what it is because
wasn't it Tennessee?
Thornton.
Yeah, he transferred from Oregon.
He had a bigger route tree at Oregon. Ran different routes. Got to Tennessee, this routes changed. That's why they catch that ball.
Gotcha.
So we don't know what's route tree gonna be like for the Raiders.
Well, now we know Oregon has never changed, but we got to look at that. Oregon has never changed since Chip Kelly left.
No, it's still the same. Exactly the same.
He probably was young then, and the reason why he transferred. But Tennessee is a very, very not complicated offense. Their quarterback at Tennessee was Josh Heupel. Remember him? He's like Lane Kiffin. He dictates where his quarterback throws the football. So if he's open, he gets it. There's no saying it. So that's probably why Thornton had less catches. But it's a very offensive friendly to the quarterback and to receivers and stuff.
They're running.
You watch Tennessee. Oregon's more difficult. So
I gotta get going, gang.
All right,
AR.
Thanks for having me on.
Real quick, before you take off, AR. Are we still on for Sunday or what?
Should be. I've been pretty busy all week. Let me see what my schedule's like tomorrow because I've got another busy day tomorrow, I'll let you know.
No big deal. That's fine.
I want to.
Why we got the little
if you're available, then yeah. I know. Nathan's been busy as well, but let me see what my schedule's like tomorrow, and if we're on, I'll let you guys know for sure.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, thanks for having me on. Gravy, Chris, Jeff, LV Raider, everybody in the chat.
Tempo's different. Tempo's way different, but I see the same scheme. Tempo's way different. That's all. I see the same scheme as far as running the football and stuff like that.
It's about the same scheme, but of course, it'll be a little different. It'll be exactly
in a way. I understand what he means. It's different, but
about the same. About the same.
I see the philosophy. I was watching it in the bowl games this year. I watched them that long. I inherited outfits for a minute. We couldn't do the tempo. You got to do it right. But you got to have guys that run that type tempo he does. He kind of got off that a little bit, but he's a super ass speed when Chip Kelly was there. They were like, remember all them Baylor guys that used to be super fast, do with small wide receivers? They used to be the track team out there.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Chip Kelly back in the day. And then they were running plays every shit. The play clock would go to 25. They're running another play. Defense was tired as fuck the first quarter. I love that shit.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna probably hop off too right now. But I will be
Yeah,
on
I'm ready to
tomorrow.
call it, too.
I will be on tomorrow with Jay and Rundown. I will be the guest tomorrow on Good Morning Raiders. So make sure to tap in tomorrow for
Oh, I'm
Good Morning
busy.
Raiders.
God.
So you said you're
I'll be
busy. Oh God. But yeah, I will be on tomorrow. So make sure to tap into that. And then we should most likely be playing on Sunday. Hopefully we'll be playing on Sunday. So busy weekend for sure. Appreciate all you guys, per usual. Great talking to you guys.
Thanks for being on
as
here
always.
with us. We appreciate you. You know you're always welcome.
Thank you for what?
Thank you, man. But yeah, have a good one, you guys.
All right, take it
Peace
easy.
out, brother.
All right.
Dang, is it that time already?
I don't know. What do you think?
It is.
I'm feeling it.
Shoot, Jeff, you on that East Coast time? We barely hitting 10 over here.
Oh, this is
It's
nothing,
bad,
Jeff.
bro.
It's 1:12, 1 now. Good thing is,
Early for Jeff,
my
man.
my
This is
daughter and
nothing.
her
Let it-
husband
Yeah.
You the
grew up
youngest
in
one in the
Maine,
crew.
so I
Let
can
us old
stay
men
on
talk
late.
about
I can
old
talk
shit.
as late as loud as I want. The wife's at the other end of the house in bed. So
Let us old men talk about old shit.
Yeah, it's all right. You want to hop off, man? Go play some marbles outside. That's cool. I mean,
Nah,
marbles.
Get
I'm
back-
gonna go
get
get
back
my.
to that little
I'm gonna go get
hopscotch
the
game you
stick
got
and
going on
the metal
outside.
wheel and just roll around the stick in the backyard.
let's go play some kick the can. Kick the
Yeah,
can
we'll-
or something,
Kick
yeah,
the
like
can.
tripping.
man.
Nah,
gonna
I
say
just,
it's a
I
bunch
just
of old
walked in my
guys.
room and my lady gave me that look. Like, what you doing?
This
Nah,
you hear talking to the retirement crew. So yeah, do what you want.
Shit, my lady's happy I'm out here, bro.
My old lady's gone. She uptown. She up north. I'm cool. I'm by myself.
Are we chilling? Nah.
I mean, we can stay on. I don't care. I was just
I
saying.
was chilling with my wife, bro. I mean, Friday night we do our thing on Friday night. Go out, eat.
Yeah, we could run a 12-hour shift here. Fook, you want to stay for that?
Shoot. Hey, I honestly was just trying to test out my new little setup, man. So
Oh yeah, how's that computer run you got?
I think it's pretty smooth. It's not hot or nothing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
think
you
I
were
should be
saying
able
that.
to-
I was saying, yeah, I was telling you, you're gonna be coming up with that with your new stuff. You were telling me about that.
yeah, I got my new little camera set up.
So make sure it's good that the little ones make sure that really ventilate, man. You can't put them in the corner somewhere because those things heat up real quick. That's what I was telling you.
I
The one
know.
I got.
I was telling
the one
Lo, I
got's
go,
pretty
man, you're
good.
gonna have if anybody goes to Bakersfield next year, I go, Lo, they're gonna be 50 content creators with cameras out there just doing the same shit we did next year.
Yeah, you know it will be.
Hey,
But
y'all went live though. Respect for
Yeah,
that.
we will.
Yeah,
What's up,
y'all went
SoCal?
live.
What's going
I
on?
just told him, hey, babe, can you shut the door a little bit?
Hmm?
If we do that, when we went in there and there wasn't a lot of room and there was so much of us out there and that we said, man, we got all these content creators here, but they didn't bring stuff. They just brought like a lot of merch and giving out stuff and promoting themselves. I understand that. We didn't bring none of that shit. We just brought we brought computer mics and all that. Low brought all that stuff. So I just stayed out of his way. I said, hey, we might as well just set up. Maybe in between the DJ and all that, because we didn't think nobody could hear shit. Because it was so loud in there. Wasn't it Chris's?
It was loud in there.
Oh,
It was
I had to
loud
go
as fuck.
I had to go outside and think like, whoa, it's loud.
When I was on Saturday night, Jay tapped in. He joined the stream with me, and I could barely even understand what Jay was saying.
Did he have our
couldn't- I
mics?
mean, I could hear. Yeah, he came on live with me. I sent him. I put the link in our IG chat that we have from the connection, and he came in, and I could hear him, but I couldn't fully understand what he was saying. It was just so bad. It was horrible.
It got louder. But
Towards-
what was
towards the
good,
end,
I
it
said,
got
man,
louder.
I go, if anybody streams this, I go, they're going to get copyrighted. And so will we, because the DJ's playing jams like that. I go, just turn it off and just put the camera up there. That was Lowe's idea. So I said,
That was a good idea, putting that camera out there.
I said,
shooting
everybody
over
can
the
see
yard.
shit. And I go, hey,
Like I said, I wasn't there, but it made me feel like I was being able to watch that for hours, throughout the whole day.
I think
It was
that's
pretty cool.
happened to Jack Kennedy because he was trying to stream live to Nadman's channel, but they kept playing that music, man, so he got copyrighted. So
He
I
did?
think Yeah,
We turned it off, so we had our feed. It wasn't no music.
yeah, but
Because
his
I think
he was on his phone.
Jared
Yeah.
asked, he goes, "Can I show it?" And he said, "Yeah, cool, bro." It was all right.
I was
I don't
just
know,
laughing when those dudes were just chilling in front of the camera. We were just getting the back of their head right there.
I was telling to tell Low Town, get the fuck out the way.
Yeah,
Oh, 3 guys in the back. Yeah, they're just standing there.
Well,
They
they
were
were
just
watching
standing
Chin.
right
I think
there.
their Chin was coming up or something like that.
yeah.
We moved the
I kept
camera,
forgetting that I couldn't bring drinks outside. They kept catching me. I was like, "Oh, my bad, my bad."
you could have put that little ass beer in your pocket, bro, and took
Dude,
off.
that little beer's not about that damn big.
Bro,
And people were buying that stuff. And Chris was one of them. I go, man, another one? You paying all that money for that little ass beer? I go, man, it's an
Yeah.
alcoholic's nightmare right there, bro. You
I
spent a
didn't
bunch
buy it.
of money. I would have been, if I was still drinking,
No.
I would have told you that. I would have spent $500 just on beer.
I wouldn't do that because beers they're like this small. You had to
Little
buy
bitty
so
ass
many
beer
of them.
like that.
You had to buy like what,
Yeah,
30
they
of
were
them,
pretty
something
tiny,
like that.
bro.
Crazy.
I was telling Josh, I was saying, what they doing that little titi beer, bro? You got a little titi. It was a little strong for that.
Hey, they had me feeling right though. By the end of the night, I had
after
like
about
20 of them
2,
things.
3, 4 hours, you started feeling
Yeah.
good.
Hey, Food, Roche asked you a question. You see it?
Nah, I mean I'm from Cali, but I don't live in Cali, bro. I used to live like in San Fernando Valley area.
He looks like Nate. You saw them side by side in here on the camera. They look like twins.
Yeah, I think I just look like a California Mexican.
One's a little fuller in the face than the
Blends
other.
in LA. All of us blend in LA.
You like a
Yeah.
Valley Mexican, yeah.
It was hella
Yeah.
cool over there, though, bro. I met a lot of people. It was cool. It was great.
I forgot
Yeah, I'm
most
in
of the
Vegas
beers.
now, Real Shark. So
I forgot most of the beers were made. But you had to buy a certain amount. You had to buy like I don't know how many was it, 16 to 16 beers.
they
or
had
something?
like this beer fast pass. It was like $56,
Yeah.
and you get 8 beers. But I learned a little secret, like if you're tipping the girls, they were hooking it up.
Yeah, they do.
Of course they do.
You know.
That you barely learned that secret, Dan.
Well, no, you know, I mean, I
Oh.
always like to show support. So, oh, that's what he was
I
talking
would've did
about.
that right
Yeah,
off the
dude,
rip.
fucking Jeff.
I would have given him $70. I'll be back for another 8 in a little minute.
Yeah, no, I
What's up,
slid her
Adele?
5. She gave me like 3 beers at one point.
I would have slammed
gave
8
one to
beers in
Leo.
probably fucking 15 minutes. The way I usually drink. I said, well, first of all, I would have pissed him off because I said, "What the fuck is this? What are you
Yeah.
doing with this
Like-
little ass beer?"
Yeah, you got to get that little drinking band. Also, you go to the thing, pay for it, get that band, then go to the bar. So I went to
it
the
was
bar.
a headache, bro.
I wouldn't even
It was
been
a headache.
outside, Chris. I would have just been right there at the bar, just give me no.
What's going on, man?
Yeah,
What's
I
up,
know,
Daniel
right?
Barry?
I wouldn't even went outside.
I went to the bar and said how much the beer. Said, well, first you need a band. I'm like, what band? And that's what it announced. You get the alcohol band. But I showed my VIP band. I said, no, you get that drinking band. I'm like, oh.
I would have said I lost it.
And you had to buy little tickets too at the separate counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mess for a second.
Well, not for them.
We
They made a bunch
figured
of
it
money. I see a lot of people with beers in there. They didn't leave the bar.
Nah, you would have paid him some money, Chris, and said, "Give me a handful of the tickets you're putting away." There you go. See?
Yeah, that's true. They good, huh?
For real, huh?
Yeah,
Shit.
bro. See, man, you barely learn how to drink, bro. You better learn how to hustle them bartenders.
Come on,
Yep.
bro. I'm a lightweight. I can't
Yeah.
drink like I used to, bro. That's Chris.
I'm glad.
I was supposed to be at the after party. I went to my hotel room, passed out, bro.
God, I wonder what happened to you.
And you were with everybody. You were with everybody that was there too, huh?
Yeah, I was like, I told Severe, I was like, I'll be right back, and then I never came back, bro.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, that's why I didn't see you there.
Yeah.
Mentor from Taps, bro.
No, that was fun though, man. I'm for sure check it out next year.
Oh, I'm
Hell
going
yeah, I was
definitely.
gonna meet you, Chris. Full Chris.
Man,
It's gonna be both Chris's.
That was you know, Gravy. I'll be honest with you, I was gonna be Radio Nation Jason there anyway. But the first person I was looking for was you.
I was right there, bro, when I seen you.
I saw Leo to the side of my corner. It's Leo. But I said, "Where's Gravy?" And I saw you. That's why I pointed at you. Hey,
Come here. Let's go outside. I was with Loon already. Give him that stove. Yeah, let's go outside and smoke this. He goes, He started making excuses. I said, man, you don't even know. So this will be my first cigar. He said, I go, man, you're probably gonna get sick then with this tough ass cigar I have.
Oh, well, this cigar. Well, the one you had there, the one you had smelled nice. I like that one.
Yeah, that was a good one that I brought for the couple fellas over there. I was gonna give Leo one, MC Raider one, but I said, man, somebody stole mine. It was halfway done. Somebody took mine from the fence.
Yeah, I know who took it.
So I just got me another one. They wanted my good one, huh?
They got your good one. I know who took it. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna say his name over
Bob?
there. I see.
Bob?
I think I told you when you was there. So I think
I hit them. I think I hit two people up. Hey man,
I'll
that's
be
that
right
mine.
back. I gotta help
Smell
the
it.
wife take the two dogs out. We got our daughter's
Not to give a
dog
shit,
now,
bro. You smoking a good cigar with my vivas all over it? I take it.
so you
I
can
don't
keep
want
it.
it back. I don't want that shit back. You be mouth bit all over it. I don't want that shit.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect in Bacon Show, man. That I had a blast. I'm
I
definitely
got
going
another
next year. I had a blast, fun.
And we were
What about
talking football. It was good, man. It was good.
Yeah, it was no
I'm just mad I
nonsense.
didn't win nothing.
I didn't even. I went in there with the goal, bro. I went in there with the goal of getting raffles and taking a grip of pictures. I only took one picture. That's it.
I could take pictures because of my conditions, so I took a few, but not many. So I regret that. But next year it'll be different.
But I was hurting. I was hurting though. I was hurting out there. I can't stand around that long, but I was still recovering. I had to sit down. I can't sit down for long, so I gotta get up. But
Yeah,
in between that time, man, I gotta lay down to
Yeah,
make everything right, and I couldn't do that. So I was
yeah.
like, get up, bullshit. But I guess I faked it real good.
Shit,
there's
I can
one
only
guy
imagine,
about,
bro. I
about
was
one of those
tired.
rare chairs. He
Yeah,
bought
I
a
don't
rare
remember.
chair that you can actually lean back like what's it called? It's a computer chairs. You can lean like halfway
I
back.
mean, I gotta lay down. Chris.
At least you stretch completely out. Yeah.
And I don't want to be all pilled. I took the pills that I have to take, but I didn't take my good pills that make me relax and stuff. I would have been different. I would have just been sitting there just looking at people and shit.
Was it?
Yeah, I was
it
tripping that you recognized me, Gravy. I was like, oh shit, he
Man, I
recognized
see you all the
me.
time. I recognize everybody that I chill with. I know people, man, and I besides the people that obvious I didn't know, but the people that I'm on panels with and I see, shit, I remember everybody. Say what's up to everybody. I made it a point to show myself out there. I'm at a point now where I gotta slow down. I gotta slow down, and I'm over here anticipating all these games and shit. But doctors are smarter than me, bro. So I gotta listen to them. I'm a stubborn dude, so I gotta listen to people that are smarter than me. So I'm gonna say, all right.
I want to change the subject right quick, but this question from Rock, you think you hear about this Keenan Allen thing?
He's tied. He's always been tied to us. So. Now I'm kind of off it a little bit. I was pushing it for a long time. Keenan Allen's still out there. We got a wide receiver problem. Actually, factually, do we think this guy Thornton, or are we comfortable with a rookie 4th round pick that doesn't run a route tree very well, and Trey Tucker that's inconsistent as our X or Z or whatever the fuck he wants to play?
Yeah,
I'm not comfortable.
Yeah,
with that. In the long run, maybe, but a guy like that could make an impression on our team, make us better. But
he has the experience, so that's one that's good.
He's a Raider fan. He's a Raider fan, and he's always been our opposition. But we forget that quickly when they become a Raider. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's only problem is he got to stay healthy because he's been hurt a lot. Yeah,
but that can happen to anybody.
There's
a guy out there too that just got released. That'll be adequate for us. That blocks well. That has games where he's consistent. He just wasn't thrown to enough. It's Gabe Davis. I like Gabe Davis for us too. Big guy.
He got released.
Big guy. Huh?
He got released.
He got released from Buffalo. Or where he was at Jacksonville.
Oh.
Eddie Cheaper could do the things
You
that
think
you
think Jacksonville's gonna let Travis play both ways?
I don't think that's not gonna last.
He won't be in the season. He won't be in the league for long. I'll tell you that.
I look forward to it though, Chris. Tell you the truth, I look forward. If he could do something like that, then he's one of a kind, bro.
Yeah.
It'd be the only player ever. The people, guys have went, but they were in packages. You know, they had a package for Dion, they had a package for Champ Bailey, you know, they had a package for this guy, other guy. But you got to figure this, dude. The concentration and the focus that you got to have being a wide receiver
What's up,
has
Jay?
it has to be on point. And if you divide that in half in the NFL, something bad, I could see something bad happening. You know, and I hope he does it. He'll be the first ever to do it. Do it both ways consistently. But you got to think, man, if this guy he's in a game and he plays cornerback, well, no, say like he's a wide receiver, right? Because that's what basically what it looks like his primary is, because that's what I'm hearing, is that he plays wide receiver, he drops a football and everybody's booing him, and then he goes and covers a corner. He covers Chase, and then he gets burnt for a touchdown. What the fuck are you going to think about the guy? You know what I mean? It's just tough, bro. When you're put in that situation, it's tough. So I hope he can do it. It'll be amazing to watch. I'll be focused on it. I'll be watching him. I got my eye on him, but I don't hope the worst for him. Hope he does it.
Yeah, let's go. They'll show them playing both sides of Jacksonville's practice. They'll show them doing both. Mm-hmm. But we don't know where they're going to put him at. Is he a better receiver or is he a better cornerback? That's what they go. That's what they're looking at to see what he is. Because to be honest, Jacksonville needs both those, needs a receiver and a cornerback. So
but you know they're gonna find out probably quickly that he's gonna have to focus on one thing. I don't know if he's that type dude. And
my guy Jay was good.
What up, Jay? Big Jay.
Was
great to meet your family, homeboy. It was great to meet the family.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, Jay, thanks for not punching me in the face, man.
Why would I punch you in the face, bro?
Because of somebody that was just exactly like you. I was ready to grab him, and then he turned around and was like, wait, that's not Jay. Because somebody said you were there, and I was looking for you. I don't want to grab him. He's a wrong guy.
My mini clone, so I heard.
Yeah. We had like 3 J's.
Jay's the super dad, bro. He's a super dad, right?
Yeah,
I'm the one with the kids.
Hey, nice looking family, Jay. Nice looking family.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
They were ready to cut out. They were ready to cut out.
My girl was having time, bro. She was not feeling it.
She was ready to go early.
Man, yeah, she's just, I don't know.
I see her like that.
She was thinking about bringing my fam, but I don't think my girl would be into it. What's wrong,
little one? What's the matter? You don't like being there? She goes, I'm tired.
No, it's cute with that Raider outfit, man. So look at that. That's how you raise your
Yeah, she had a little Raider outfit. Yeah, for sure.
That was cool.
Yeah, she says Raiders now. She does a little Raider chat.
Oh, that's tight. I wish I would have heard that. That's tight.
Yeah, I have it on my blog. We have it on video. It's on the blog.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
That's special.
Cute.
Going with
I had to put it in there.
Going with the family and stuff like that's deep, bro. It's real good. Oh, you came from a long ways too, huh?
Yeah, man. Albuquerque, 1,000 miles. 1,000 miles.
You in Albuquerque? I got my 3 sons live in New Mexico.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think Las Cruces.
Okay, so that's about 3 hours.
Little town right there by Las Cruces.
Yeah. It's almost El Paso.
Yeah, they drive to El Paso all the time. That's where the plane lands.
Yeah, there you go.
And they say it's a good little drive too.
It is a good drive. It's about 3 hours.
Damn, fuck
that. Yeah.
That's why I don't go to New Mexico. Because I don't want to go to Texas. Fuck Texas. I don't want to go there. Been there, hot as fuck, humid as fuck. I don't like it.
It's humid, it's hot, it's terrible. It's not.
Everybody and if you want to go to Texas, take 15 hours to drive from one place to another.
Well, I hate that. Man.
I make 10 hours going to Dallas, and I'm halfway because
Yeah.
we were talking about it on Wednesday, right?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so those guys live in LA, and I'm like, yeah, it's about for me it's 10 hours. So add about another 12, so it'd have been like it's 22 hours from LA to Dallas every
Bro,
time.
you drove from Albuquerque to Bakersfield?
Yeah, so I drove from Albuquerque to LA, and then LA to Bakersfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
How to make a pit stop at your hometown or what?
Oh yeah, bro. Always, man. I always stop by my hometown.
What's
I
the
talk
matter?
to the fam, and
Oh, so
it's
you
cool,
took
man.
off super early then, huh?
Yeah, I was there since like Thursday
All
in
right.
LA. Yeah, I was there. I was there Thursday in LA, and then we left on Saturday afternoon.
So back to New
we
Mexico?
we made it
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
quick
back
from
home
Vegas.
now. Yep, got back on Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, you went on a mission then. You kicked it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We did
So
the
you in
whole
Bakersfield,
family
did you go
vacation.
back to LA?
Yeah, I went back to LA.
Oh
We
yeah.
didn't stay. Yeah,
Okay. Nah, that's good.
yeah, we didn't stay. It was too much for the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that long day at Bakersfield. And there ain't shit over there. There ain't shit to do over there.
No.
Bakersfield sucks.
Yeah.
Peace up
Ah,
to
There's a
David.
karaoke bar.
Peace up to Derek Carr's hometown, bro. It ain't Fresno, it's Bakersfield. He lives in
There
Fresno
you go.
now.
That's funny.
They got good football in Bakersfield.
Oh yeah.
DJ Shark. We tried to sign him a few years ago. He didn't want to sign with us. I don't know why we want to sign him now.
DJ Chark is whack.
Yeah, but we tried offering a contract to Vegas a couple years ago. He said no, so I don't want him. Get him.
I didn't even want him then.
Yeah. I said, well, what we had considering, I said, yeah, well, we had nothing anyway, so sign him. But he said, no, I'm going to go over here. I said, well, bye.
I don't want
Stay over
no wide receivers that came from the freaking Jets, bro. Never.
Yeah,
Man.
you can stay where you at.
Yeah. And where's DJ Chark now? How many teams he been on? I mean, he been on like 8 teams.
He's still a free agent, I think.
He's
Well,
been a
he
free
might.
agent.
Yeah, so keep him. Yeah, he had a lot of potential. He played for the Jaguars, but potential means nothing if you can't catch the ball or do anything. So
Tony
Oh, yeah.
Shepard. I like Houston. I like Houston.
yeah,
But I don't like any other place.
nah. Like I said, Rock, we offer him a contract, then he turned us down. So just get at him.
Well, that's that time he went to Las Vegas. He went to Las Vegas and chilled there. And I wouldn't have signed his ass.
Yeah, that was a while ago, but I don't miss him.
I'm honestly cool on all these free agent wide receivers. I don't know.
They want to bring Amari Cooper back with his drop balls ass.
Yeah. That's the rumor right now.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think we're good. I think we pretty good on wide receiver one right now. I mean, on
Just
wide
talking
receiver,
about that.
we need a wide receiver one, but right now it looks like it's going to be Brock.
But he plays tight end though.
He's not wide receiver
Yeah,
one.
exactly. Exactly. That's a
That's
problem.
not good. That's not
That-
good.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But he can be a number one target.
Well, yeah, that's different between a wide receiver one and a target. So
Yeah.
still you got one.
We need to get another. We need to get a receiver that is productive free agency. Because I don't know if Trey Tucker or this rookie can still do things, but I'm done with Trey Tucker already. I'm done with him. Hey,
Asante Samuel Jr.
Trey Tucker is what he is, and maybe get better with the different people, but I hope he does better.
I still think there's a chance we sign Ramsey.
A lot of money, bro.
It's a big price tag, bro. And you have to trade for him.
We're on a discount right now. We got a budget, Chris. You know what I mean? We can't spend more than $12 million on a good wide receiver. You know what I mean?
Well,
And a good cornerback.
if they cut him June 1st, we don't got to trade, right?
Why would they cut him? Because of his contract, probably.
Yeah, they're not going to pay him.
They have to.
I don't think so because
He's going to
I
be
don't know, I
$40 million
just
on their
listened to,
cap, or something like that. That's why they're
but
talking about
after
trading.
June 1st,
They're talking about
after
trading.
June 1st, it's only going to be like $8 million, something like
On
that.
their cap, yeah, but the
Yeah.
team that trades him is going to have to pay his contract.
Oh, okay.
He just signed a contract last year.
For what? 40 million?
Nah, dude, he gets like almost $28 million a year or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's
He
fucking.
got a big ass contract. Look it up, check it out. I think it's around there. He's one of the highest paid corners in the league.
Hey Jeff, you see that guy Lamb? D in the
I'll
chat.
check it out right now, bro.
You see that again? He's not on my channel. You guys kick him out, please. I do not like that word. I don't know what channel he's on. I don't know if he's on Jay's channel or what.
Nah, I don't have my channel broadcasting, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, he might be in your channel then. You can come and respect people, but not use that word.
Yep.
He was on mine. I got him.
Yeah, do not come here using that word. Even Wishcom said it. Super Bar said it. So, yeah, no, I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, we don't need none of that negativity up in here.
Nope. Thank you, Chris. We sure don't. Come here with that. You can come in and say all kinds of stupid stuff, but you don't come and say those certain words. N word, C word, none of that stuff. You have respect. Yeah, I found out, Jason. I didn't know that. Jeff told me
Yeah, I knew that he was on the other night. He was in that name, and his first comment, I'm like, "Hey, this Piano Man."
Yeah, well, he's
Pulled him right away.
He's fine. He ain't saying nothing stupid.
No, he's being good tonight. He's
Yeah.
being a good little boy.
Like we said here. You know, yeah. Just don't use that tone here. Anyway, superpowers. That's funny.
What's up, James?
Yo, it said Jalen Ramsey signed a 3-year, $72 million contract with the Miami Dolphins, including $24 million guaranteed and an average annual salary of $24,100,000.
Who did?
Jalen Ramsey. I think it was last year.
Oh, I thought
okay,
it was somebody right now.
Or the year before that.
No, he's still in the contract, and we had to trade for him. Got to give him something for him. Well, that's a lot of money, and then we lose a draft capital or a player. I don't know what they might be looking for, but is it worth it? Maybe. But $24 million is a lot of money.
That's fine. I don't know, but I do feel like our corners still need some help. We'll see.
Well, we have no experience on the corner. As long as our defensive line can get the pressure on quarterbacks and all that stuff, it should be all right. But if we're going to let Mahomes and Sherbert and Nick stay in the pocket for 5 seconds and stand there and look, we will get picked apart.
So we signed Ramsey. We ain't going to extend one of those guys that we have.
Colt Miller.
I would, being that, Jay, this is what I was thinking. That we got 2 offensive linemen, you know, and one of them's a tackle. And I think that this kid Grant is the future of the Raiders, and we might get Miller 1 year, maybe 1 year. Hey, and then we got your replacement getting ready. And then, you know, Bash, if Trey Tucker pans out, could be Jacoby long term. 1 year contract extension. You know?
Yeah.
Those guys are getting older. Those guys are getting older.
How old is Jacoby Myers anyway?
I love Jacoby Myers. He's a great asset for a football team.
Yeah,
but I don't think we're gonna push the ball to him as much as we did last year. We had to throw him the ball.
We had no choice.
because we didn't have a running game. You know what I mean, we had a little bit of a running game. He probably wouldn't have got 1,000 yards.
No, but yeah, I think that's fact.
And I
Neither
hate
one
to
of
say
us.
this. I hate to say this. I don't think Brock Bowers probably would have got 1,000 yards.
I'm about to say the same thing. Bob Bowers got that many catches neither, but we had no choice. Only
We
offense
forced the ball
had.
to those guys. We had to. We had to force the ball to those guys.
So he's 28, he's 29, yeah.
What we got, and we get our offensive line straightened out. Game 1, I would expect them to get 1,000 yards now. You know what I mean? But and it'll be legit. I'm not forcing them to ball. They just be catching it. My offense is moving. That's great. The running games will just open up them better. That's what we got to do.
And push the ball down the field a little better and get in that red zone and actually have options when we get in the red zone. Yeah, options. We don't always have to throw or
Bottom three in red zone for the last couple of years.
Yeah, 3 years, 4 years now.
Y'all remember that Bucks game? Was it that Bucks game where we were in the red zone for like 7 downs? Couldn't do shit.
Got 3 points. Got 6 points,
Bro.
How many times does that happen, bro?
Yeah.
And we wanted that quarterback back. We wanted to keep these guys back. The Raiders forever. Mount Rushmore, the Raiders. We wanted those guys and all that shit, but they're fucking 6 points on 7 tries in the red zone. What the are we talking about?
Yep. Well, I remember that one play they had at the 2-yard line. They ran a shotgun formation. I'm like, what the hell are we doing?
Run the football, bro. Run the ball.
Shotgun on a 2-yard line. What?
Yeah,
And
what I'm talking about, bro.
Well, what would happen is we'll be on the 2-yard line and they will get a 5-yard penalty because Illuminor fucking could jump outside, right? And then we gave that dude an extension.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. But our offensive linemen suck so bad. I was saying, man, we should bring Illuminor back. Fuck it.
Might as well.
Illuminor did dumb shit, but he was a pretty good little offensive lineman. I'll tell you that. He did dumb shit.
Yeah, he did some false starts. There was the other guy, Leatherwood, false start twice in the red zone. Like, the hell you
I never seen an offensive lineman get picked so high and then get cut fucking next year. Damn.
And then went to another team and got cut from them.
That's bad, bro. That's not good at all.
That tells you
that makes us look even more bad.
That showed how competent our front office was. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
But I think we're doing better nowadays.
I think we are.
We're gonna find out.
We won't know until next year the product on the field. We'll see what these guys did because can't judge them just yet. We gotta wait, and we can't judge them next year neither. We gotta wait another year after that to see if everything worked out. Because we got a lot of young players on our team. A lot.
What's up, Carlo?
You got a bunch of different dudes on your chat, bro. That one even showing, bro. That's good. Good show, Carlo.
We were at gear 24/7.
Yeah, man. They're giving us all this
Every day of
attention.
the week.
They're giving us all this attention. I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I don't know.
Getting all the Raiders all this attention. Yeah. Way to go, man. Thanks for the view. Tell them. Thanks for the view, bro.
Because their team don't have good content
Both of
creators
you.
like we
Both
do.
of you.
They don't have good content creators like we got.
They feel real tough when they say shit like that. They feel real tough.
Yeah. And every year they fail.
Some hating ass food.
I don't know who this chat bet. He doesn't even have a team. Muhammad, whatever his name is.
At least the other one can fucking type. At least the other one can type. He speaks Spanish. He don't even know how to write in Spanish.
Yeah, Superpowers, get on him, Piano Man. Who's your team? At least Piano Man has a team. He like the Chargers, so we know about Piano Man or Superpowers now. Who's your team? Talking about that, Matt?
Oh, that's the same dude. He changed his name. He got blocked from everybody. They changed his name. Got to get another.
He's been good lately.
Like 18 burner accounts.
Does he? He got to do that.
All right, Jeff, go ahead. I don't know who's young he's on, but he got to be blocked. Told you, come in that word, you got to go.
That's probably Piano Man too, bro.
No, that's something. Yeah, man. Block that dude. Kick him out of here. I don't like that word.
What you want?
The N word. You ain't gotta say that in here. Get out. Hey, you talking about the Chargers? Psh, let's see y'all trophy case. You ain't won shit.
Is
For real.
that what you're telling
Zero
them?
rings. 0 rings.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the N word, man. You gotta get out. You gonna say you can say what you want, but you gotta get out with the N word. But y'all talking about Chargers, this, Chargers, that. Y'all ain't won shit. Got one Super Bowl and got your ass kicked by the 49ers of all teams. No, I'm not chilling. Super Bowl, sorry. Just don't like that N word.
Chill, bro.
It bothers me.
Yeah, fuck all you choker fans.
Move back to LA, man.
What were LA for?
They renting what they renting? They renting the stadium over there. They're the little brother of the Rams over there, bro. You gotta pay rent to be in that stadium.
Yeah, they gotta pay rent. They charge little bitches. I mean the Rams little bitches. Stay in your corner.
That shitty ass hot stadium.
Bro, that shit was shitty. Even the
Shit,
lake
that's
is kind of
the first
shitty,
day
bro.
of my life.
Nah, I love LA though. Fuck y'all being in my
Ain't
city.
nothing wrong with LA.
They need to send them back to San Diego with all them little gay boys over there.
San Diego kicked them out.
I think them dudes, I think the Marines over there could probably put a better football team than what you guys got out there. Bro.
Shit, they couldn't sell a fucking game in San Diego, so that's why I
I
moved
used
to
to
LA.
like going to that stadium, bro. I used to like going to San Diego.
Jack Murphy's nice.
It's because I was.
David looks
But
like
that
a
I look like
member
that.
of
Thank you,
Craig
bro.
Dynasty.
Thank you. Very successful show. I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Like
That was
a lost member of Duck Dynasty.
That was a compliment, dude.
I like that.
Shit.
Oh, Super Bars, you're cool. We ain't talk about you, man. We not like the Bolts. You've been good lately, so cool.
Dixon roasting for me, bro. Roasting in there.
I feel embarrassed to be a show.
I bet you don't go to that game. I bet you don't step foot in that shit.
Hey, I'm gonna be at the home opener. Come find me. We'll see what's up.
Ooh.
Crazy. You look like an honest mechanic. Which one?
Wow. No, you're talking about food, probably.
Don't talk about Big J, man. You saying I look like? Yeah, what does Jay look like, man? He's a big dude. Jay's a big dude. Don't not mess with that. guy,
Looks
bro.
like a broke down South Sider.
Oh hell no.
All the Raider fans talking about these fools in your chat, man. My
I can't even
chat
pronounce
got
your
him.
name,
His
bro.
ass.
I'm gonna just say that. I can't even pronounce your name, bro.
Get a little nickname or something, man. Esmo or something.
It's Sherbet. It's Sherbet Mohammed.
It's Sherbet. It's
Sherbet.
Yeah, we'll call him Sherbet.
It's Sabit Mohammed.
Oh, I thought it was gets his ass beat.
That's it.
I like Sherbet
LA
better.
guy. He's
Yeah,
Chris
forgot. Who's this guy again?
Pronounce it right.
Who is this guy?
It's Sherbet.
pick on these guys.
What's up, my guy, Rorschach?
They want attention.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
I know who
Charles
the guy is,
got
bro. Nobody.
Now they're talking about each other.
Uh,
Cider saying that. I don't say his whole name. I figured that out. I figured that out from the long run. I said his name once. I said, wait a minute.
Who's that didn't get his name? Didn't know what it was all about? Jeff?
Leo didn't realize what Dixon Cider meant.
Yeah, okay. I was Leo.
It took 805 until like about 2 weeks ago to realize what it meant.
Oh,
He
yeah?
refuses to say it now. Yeah.
I was like, hey, Dixon, what's up? And then I was like, man, that don't sound right. And like, there's a dude that's in my chat. His name is Raider Jangalang or something. I ain't saying that, bro. Come on, you gotta come out with a little nickname or something. I ain't calling you Jangalang. You ever been in your chat? He has a lot of questions. He's got good takes. But his name's Raider Jangalang. Ain't gonna happen, bro. I'm not on my show. Sorry, bro.
Bro, y'all never. It's an actual drink company though. Y'all never seen the commercial?
Which
What?
one?
For Dixon Cider.
Yeah, I've seen the
Nah,
commercial. It's
don't say
Australian too, right?
Yeah, it's Australian. That
I don't
shit's
say
so
shit like
funny,
that.
bro.
Really?
That shit had me dying first time I saw it.
I didn't know that.
But I bet he pulled it off on a bunch of people, though. I bet you, I give him credit. He pulled that. He
Oh, I'm
pulled it
sure
off
he
on a bunch.
did.
People
Oh,
say,
I-
"Yeah, Dixon Cider, you got a good take, bro. Dixon Cider got a great take." It was damn, you ain't got the hit yet. They didn't get it. And Dixon's probably over there. This guy ain't never gonna know.
Yeah, fuck.
But deep down inside, they love the Raiders because they're in all our shit,
Yeah, 'cause
and they
ain't got
gotta
to-
know that what they say about us, we've been through everything, just worse than they have. So, and they're still on it. They ain't did shit,
They did
nothing. I've been around so
nothing.
long, and I've been around so long. The Chargers always fucking suck,
Yep.
Facts. Facts.
always.
Yeah. They don't suck for a long time. They still suck.
Bro, they went to the Super Bowl, I remember, and got waxed.
Whacked.
Didn't they get waxed by the 49ers or
They
something?
got their ass stumped.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
They
like
talking shit.
Jesus. The only time they went, they got stumped.
The only one I like on their team was the quarterback. What's his name? Rivers.
Yeah, they had Junior Seau and
I dug Rivers.
Rivers. That was it. They had nothing else.
Belichick and Spagnuolo used to have a heavy team.
That's what they're good at, you know, choking. Like last year, what'd they do in the playoffs?
They lost in the
I
first round.
remember.
And that badass quarterback they had, they think got fucking 3 picks or something like that, something like that. It was like, all right.
I swear they had Minshew in the playoffs. Who was throwing picks like crazy.
Shooting the minutes. What's going on?
That dick ass.
D-Menace was good,
D-Menace,
bro.
my boy. What's up?
I
They
still
got
remember they
bitch
played
ass
Jackson.
fans,
That
bro. They're
Jaguars.
fans. They just let a whole team just dominate their whole parking lot, bro.
I
Take over
remember-
their shit, bro. We go over there where they park, where the Chargers park at. We take that shit over. And
You
they
mean
got to
their
park
borrowed
They
parking?
gotta park in the back in their so-called own stadium. They're way in the back and shit by a casino.
Their borrowed parking lot?
Hey,
or
Grave,
what?
I remember when the Raiders were in LA, that the owner of the Chargers was mad that people in LA took over the Jack Murphy Stadium. His number was Silver Black. I went to
Oh
those
yeah, all
games.
the time, bro.
And the owner got
Flow
mad
over
and said, "Stop selling so many tickets to LA." When he did that, was nobody at the game. He said, "Hey, nobody going. You want something else? We won't go." They said, "Well, we're moving."
Well, we'll get them over there. We'll get them. I'm not with that. Oh, that's our stadium and shit because we haven't won in LA. But we will. We'll get it.
This guy's funny. Sherbert.
They get pumped up right now. The 1 little year or whatever. But shit, bro. That's all you gotta do. You gotta be out here next.
That's all he has. One year.
After the home opener, we ain't gonna see him no more. So just wait till the end, dude. Just take it till the end. All right.
Oh.
They're gonna get mad.
Gravy, you gonna go to that LA game?
I was looking at it, bro. But like I said, my moving around, I gotta listen to people, Chris. I'm stubborn, bro. You know, I gotta listen to doctors and surgeons and shit,
Chill
bro.
out, yeah.
They mean well for me, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you know, the thing is that I don't want to really get deep, but my immune system is low for life, bro.
Up downhill.
My immune system is super low, and if I'm around a bunch of people, you know what I mean, I could catch something, and then it's way worse for me than it
You
would
gotta
be
be careful.
for normal people. So one of the things they tell me is that you can't be around, especially like right now or then. It takes years to recover from that, bro.
How long it
Yeah.
takes? 6 years?
Yeah, no, don't play with that either, bro.
Yeah, really a good 3-4. It matters up to you. It's up to you how you take care of yourself, Chris. And I do it, bro. I'm disciplined with it, but sometimes I get to my if I feel good, I get to my old ways a little bit and
Yeah.
doing doing that would jeopardize it a little, and it's just worse for me. So I'm not holding back on things. They say live your life and do, but you got to be careful
That's
what
good.
you do.
Yeah, no,
Like
I was just
I
saying
spent,
because I heard Lorenzo was gonna do one of those LA takeovers the day before or something like that. I was trying to see if I could
in
possibly roll
Vegas
out.
or in LA.
No, in LA, yeah,
Well, that's a game that I highlighted to go to. I think
yeah.
all of us are gonna be there. Me, Low, and Gabe, because Gabe lives over there, and I could roll with Low.
I'm for sure gonna be at the home opener here in Vegas. I'm
Ooh.
trying to figure out
Yeah, I
which
was
other
looking
ones
at
I'm
that
going
one.
to.
That's the one I thought you were talking about in Vegas. But I said
Yeah,
I
I'm
want to go
going
to
to that
Dallas.
one, but I'm
I
trying to
want
see
to
if
go
I'm
to
gonna go.
Dallas.
I don't know. I want to go to one of the Denver ones.
Mhm.
Just because those are probably gonna be crazy ass games.
I
We'll
think the
see.
games in our division are gonna be hella good, bro.
Oh, they're gonna be
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
We got to win them. We have to
Yeah.
win. That's. I had a prediction. Did a prediction show of what I thought. Look at our schedule. It took me a while to get confident with it, but I didn't want to do it. But I let it all out because I wanted to. But I had us losing some games, and I had us winning some games. But we won games in our division. We have to do that to be successful this season. We have to win games in our division. We can't go 0-6. Can't.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I had us going 10-7 and splitting everybody. We split
Yeah,
all
that'll be
divisions.
good. That'll be a good season right there. We split the
Yeah,
division.
that's what I had us going. I did my look at it. And Jeff, I think, had 11-6. He did it twice, right, Jeff? Did it twice and had his 11-6.
I had 11 last Friday night when you and I did it, Chris, and then I
Yeah.
did it last night with Nate, and I hit 11 again. I tried getting less. It just worked out that way. I had the Broncos sweeping us. I had us sweeping the Chargers, and then I had us, I think, splitting with the Chiefs. We lose the first
that's
game.
normal though. That's normal, Jeff. Usually we split with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I picked us to lose in KC, but the last game of the season, I was kind of 50-50 on that one because I figured if the Chiefs already have the number one seed again, let's say that they turn it on again this year and they're where they should be or used to be, and they have that number one seed, there's a chance that they may sit everybody. But if we're still a win and we're in situation and how much our two teams hate each other, they may start their guys just to knock
Oh
us
yeah,
out.
they will. Oh yeah, they don't give a shit. They could be fucking 17-0, bro, and they still play. Mahomes is gonna play against the Raiders. I'll tell you that for damn sure. Maybe not Mahomes, but I don't know. I just want that game to matter. That's what I want that game to matter for us.
Oh yeah,
for us. If it comes down to us beating Kansas City, I want us to kick that ass.
Yep.
I had us losing games, bro. I had us losing games that I wasn't happy with, but it was just the fact that I was thinking, I thought about it a lot, and I said, you know what, a lot of these young players are going to be in there and late in the season because usually something happens every year. Something happens, and a lot of these young players are going to be playing, and I think it was the Bears game that I had us not winning, and I wasn't real confident in the Dallas game either. And I want to go to that game, but
bro, them tickets are crazy.
I got them, man.
Oh, you already bought them?
Yeah, me and the wife are gonna head up there. My whole family, my kids and everything are coming down. My wife, bro, is a Dallas fan.
Oh, okay, word. Yeah, my uncle's a Dallas fan too, but
all my boys are Dallas. Well, one don't even give a shit about football. My oldest don't give a shit about football, but my two boys, they do. They're Dallas fans, and my two girls are Raider fans. So that's I don't know, man. I think So our young guys are out there during that game. It was just foreseeing shit. You know what I mean? I don't know if we get somebody new. I might change my view. But I had us going 9-8.
Yeah, I was around there too, around 9-8. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. I don't know. They might surprise us.
What's up, Big Bear? Yeah, anybody that's in the chat, if you like what you're hearing and seeing here, make sure you hit all the subs on everybody that's in the channel. You got Gravy up at the top. You got Chris for Raiders. Then you got Raiders Food Chris. And then you got Jay Just Raiders Baby. So make sure you guys get around and hit that subscribe, hit the notification. Anybody that's streaming from this group, make sure you give them that thumbs up from this show today too. So even if you're a fan of another team, we don't care.
And then if we could go, 2-2 against the East, just with that Dallas game, and I think we'll beat the Giants. But I don't know.
I think that's a blowout.
I know we could beat the Giants. And when we get that Dallas game, see, I'm 50-50 on the Dallas game. And
that could be a tough one.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we're going to beat I don't think we'll beat the Eagles or the Redskins. I think that's going to be the two tougher games out of that division.
Those games are away too,
and they're on the road and on the East Coast. Yeah,
and then we got
at
Dallas.
Least the Dallas one. It's a Monday night. It's at home. I'm just hoping we can get back to our winning ways on Monday nights.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
We have to.
So we got
to set the tone. You set the tone on the divisional game, second game of the season. Set that tone. Yeah. We're gonna take this division. You know what I mean? So that'll do that. We might bump us up a little bit and get that Denver game.
Yeah.
I'm just more confident we get that because we have a smarter coach than we had last couple of years, rather. We have the more experienced coach, a smarter coach. So I have more confidence that we will get these games, like the Donkeys and the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Always. We're way, way better coaching staff. We're not going to lose games because of coaching.
Yeah,
and we did that last year.
Yes, definitely.
We did that last year. I don't know if everybody knows it, but we did.
Oh yeah, you can see it. You can see Antonio Pearson on the sideline, looking like deers in a headlight, like he know what to do, like do a call timeout or not, or throw a flag or not. He didn't know what to do. And
it wasn't really timeouts or that, bro. It was decision. It was just. To me, game planning and stuff. He's involved in that. You have to be, and it just didn't look right, man. And I don't know. I know the players didn't give up on him. They were playing tough. They played. You can't keep your job losing 10 games in a row or going 0-6 in the division, and people still wanted this guy to give him another chance. I go, nah, man, they gonna have. I was with the dude. I was with him. I was with him in the 4 games that he was intern. But what happened to that guy?
Yeah.
What happened to him? I hate to talk about him now, but peace up to him. Hope he does well. But the motivation was there, and then when the season started, what happened? The general manager come in here and punked you and got you. He said, "Nah, we ain't moving up to get this guy. We ain't gonna do that."
They didn't want to pay another OC. He didn't want to do anything. So let's go. He didn't want to do anything. He said AP up for failure, basically. I think because that wasn't his coach. That he hired, he hired. AP was there before Tussle got there.
And that's not good. That's not good always. Right? Unless you got a coach like Pete Carroll, then you get a general manager. Because you have to get along with Pete Carroll. You have to. If you got a resume like Pete Carroll, it doesn't matter who your general manager is because he knows. You know what I mean? And I think it was perfect. They went in at the same time. That's the way, it's only logical that you do that, or you get the general manager first and let him pick his coach, Right. But they came in together, and that's good. So it means Pete Carroll had a little say. Pete Carroll had a little say on who he wants to work with. And then they just get the rapport. You got the head coach. He don't even know who's going to be his boss.
This Sherwood
guy. I gotta jam out, guys. My bad. Gotta go handle some business. Hey, but shout out to all them choker fans in the chat.
Don't shoot them out. Don't shoot them bloods out. Go fuck them.
The best 5 fans in the world.
Tell thanks for the view.
The best 9 fans they got.
It's all 7 of y'all over there. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night, man. Thanks for having me
All
on.
right,
You too.
Take it easy, man.
Later,
All right,
man.
peace
Thanks for
out, guys.
popping in.
This
I'm
super
like
guy's
73,
crazy.
73, bro. He's not 80, 73. And he got more wins than your fucking
But I tell you what,
overhyped coach that gets run out of San Francisco. Got ran out of San Francisco.
look at that. But I
Went to
tell
a
you
place
one
that
thing.
took him almost a decade to make that team.
Could you say this about your coach from the Chokers? Pete Carroll's out there running, throwing balls, and having fun. What
That
is
guy's having a heart
Harbaugh
attack
do?
already. He had a
What
heart
is
attack
Harbaugh
already,
do?
and he's
Yeah,
younger
he
than
ain't
Pete
too far
Carroll.
behind, bro.
Yeah, look at Harbaugh. He ain't doing all that. Shit, get out of here. And Frank Webb said dueling pianos.
Yeah, one solid year, bro. One solid year. Look at that. And it's gonna get worse, bro. You're gonna get tired of that shit, and we'll be talking back. I'm not gonna get on your show with bullshit. You don't even have a show. You have any content creators that you can get on and pump your team up besides this one?
No, they can't. That's all I'm saying. I'll look for content creators from other teams, and I don't see anything from the Chargers. They're boring as fuck, for one thing. They know what they're talking about. There's one guy, I forgot his name. He's the only guy that makes sense. But they don't have any content creators. They don't know Paston fans.
No, I agree with you, Shop Key. I think Telesco did all right when he was here.
In the draft?
Yeah, you can't really fault them for that draft, that's for sure.
They only picked 2 players.
Oh, they forget about that 63 points we did, huh? They gave up on that coach. What about that coach?
Oh, Staley.
What happened to him, bro? He kept him 5 years. They didn't do shit with him, and now they got one little block out your ass blown in the playoffs. Are you happy with that? Oh. That's cool. And we was just like that, but our team didn't give up on us. We didn't get beat 63 points. That didn't happen to the Raiders. Our players wanted to be there.
We both haven't won shit in 2000. Oh, yeah, that's true. But you got supposed to have that golden child, Herbert. Well, I said it right, Sherbert.
One.
Salute God and family. Anyway, you know what? What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. It's still early. Jeez.
What's the matter?
I don't see what time it is. I'm so hungry. I ate, but I'm still hungry.
Wait, for you.
It's 2 o'clock for me in the morning.
2 o'clock for you.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I still hungry? I know I ate. But I'll probably go eat again.
Yeah, but I'm gonna cut out, guys.
Okay.
It was a pleasure seeing you guys again, talking to you.
It's always a
Let's
pleasure.
do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure, Gravy.
Yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. You Jeff, have a wonderful morning.
Thank you, man.
Hope everything
Chris,
goes
you
well
want
for
to call
you.
it tonight?
Yeah, we can call it. Yeah, we can call it.
Maybe you got anything going on you want to promote real quick? Or
Just probably most likely Sunday, Red Nation Live. Sunday we're gonna get together. I don't before a holiday. I know Gabe's doing a bunch of concert shit, but me and Lo probably get together and see what's going on with Gabe after that. Might be hungover or something like that. He's going to Kendrick Lamar in L.A.
Oh, that's right. He is. He told me that.
He
Yeah.
won those tickets. He won some tickets on Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I forgot he told me that.
I don't think we'll see Gabe Sunday, but
He'll probably stagger in there
they
sometime.
stagger in, something like that. All late. But I'll talk to Lo and see if we gotta have something going on. But that's about it, man.
All right.
You guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys later.
All right, great.
Thanks, man.
My guy.
Jay, what you got going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow we got Good Morning Raiders as usual with my guy, the Raider Rundown, and we have a special guest, my guy Nate. LB Raider 10 will be in the building, chopping it up with us. We're gonna talk some good Raider football. Finally catch this dude not doing anything major on a Saturday, bro. So he got a Saturday free and sold. Snatched him up, bro. So he's gonna be live and direct with us in less than 12 hours. So it's gonna be good. Yep, gonna be good. So make sure you guys tap in, hit that notifications if you haven't done so already, and make sure you guys tap in for Good Morning Raiders tomorrow morning with your boy Jay Raider and the Raider Rundown.
Sweet.
Sweet.
And Chris, tomorrow night, we're not going to do an actual last call podcast tomorrow night. We're going to do it, but we're not going to do a history lesson tomorrow night. We're going to open it up tomorrow night. We're going to do a Saturday night special. Seeing as though it's the holiday weekend and everything, we'll get back to a normal programming on Saturday nights next week. But tomorrow night, we're going to do a pull-up show, kind of like what we did tonight, where it's open to anybody and everybody. So,
yeah.
And I think tomorrow, Chris, I think you and I ought to get online and stream some gaming. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll do that. I'm not doing anything anymore. I got no plans.
I got nothing going on this weekend.
After I watch these guys.
My son-in-law are up in Maine, so.
Yeah, we can do that tomorrow.
Might have a visit for my grandson, maybe.
I'm still trying to get that damn Bismarck, man. That damn thing costs too much money. You have to use real war money to get that damn shit. Like, oh, whatever.
Only other thing I got coming up definite is you'll catch myself and Jay Raider below me here, along with LV Raider 10 and Cheeto Linus. You'll catch us on Wednesday night on the Raider Connection. Then Thursday night, it's myself and Nate, LV Raider 10 on the Raiders Coast to Coast. That's the only definite stuff other than next Friday. So I don't want to go that far in advance.
And doing Sunday, me and Raider Nation Jason got a show at 10 a.m. Sunday Pacific time, 10 a.m. Pacific time. We might have a special guest. I don't know who exactly. He told me we have a special guest that day. So stay tuned. We'll post it. So make sure you subscribe to me and Raider Nation Jason, and we'll let you know. All right. With that being said,
if anybody's looking to watch a show, go over to Protect the Shield.
They are
and watch that disaster right now. It's not as bad now that they're.
I know, but they were
now that they're off of Lunatics stream.
They were all one earlier. Like, what the hell?
I've been watching the show for the last hour and a half. It's hilarious. What's up, Top Shelf? Again, if you guys like what you heard and saw and participated in tonight's show in the chat, you want to catch us again, hit that sub button. Subscribe to all 3 channels that are in here. And Top Shelf, you came in a little late, buddy. We're shutting it down. We've just been on for 4 hours, so we'll be back on tomorrow at some point. So will Jay and. So everybody check everybody out. Until next time, everybody stay safe and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
Boom.